Good morning.
Hello.
Lovely to be with you. Lovely to be with you, Bex.
It's always nice to be with you.
Isn't it?
It's brilliant.
Well, I mean, with you as well. That's what I mean. Yeah, with each other. And lovely to be with you, gorgeous people. We have got a cracking show. We've got so many ridiculous offers. Brand new. Loads of brand new.
I mean, look, it's kind of a standard thing that we do here at YGTV. We bring you amazing deals. And we have got a few corkers. Sean's already started making his list for today.
Yeah, well, the bulbs.
Let's go for this one.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We're doing a mix and match with standards. You get two for under £50. And I must admit, I'm going to buy the Rosemary standard. I just don't know whether to go for two Rosemaries.
Or mix and match.
Or mix and match, because I'm tempted with the Viburnum as well.
I'm tempted with the Viburnum. The fragrance you get from that is amazing.
Stu said the hollies are in the offer. I don't want the hollies only because I've got them already.
They?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
It's down there. And we've also got the Ceanothus as well. So it's a mix and match. I just don't know which two I'm going to go for. The bulbs are good today, aren't they?
Yeah, we've got an awesome deal on the bulbs, and we've got a really nice collection of bulbs. It's not too late to get your bulbs out. I know it's been a bit frosty these last few days, but there'll be a little thaw, and there's definitely still time to get these bulbs planted out. Of course, if you're putting them into pots, it really doesn't matter. If you're putting them into the grounds, we're just going to wait for that little bit of thaw to come, and we'll be good to go.
And buy one, get two free.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't say that, did I?
Yeah.
Buy
mix
one,
and
get
match.
two free, mix and match. You get to choose which ones you go for.
Yeah. So we'll say it again just to make sure. Buy one, get two free. Yay. You will get your free bulbs today with every single order. I've got a few packs of these still to plant, and honestly, November's a great time to plant bulbs. But I love this freebie because actually these are really all quite unusual. The Muscari, that blue moon, is
Blue
beautiful.
moon, I like this one. I mean, I'm a big fan of Muscari anyway, the grape hyacinths. I love the way that you get this carpet of colour, but I really enjoy that lighter tip that you get to the top of these ones. They're really low growing, they're quite vigorous in the way that they spread, they tidy up after themselves as well. I adore grape hyacinth.
And then the Saxatilis, that tulip, is really unusual, isn't it?
Really unusual.
God, my voice already had that. Really unusual.
You don't look at it and think it's a tulip either, which I quite like about that. And it's a slightly shorter growing one. Should only get to about maybe 20 centimetres, 25 max.
And then we both love these.
Canaliculatus.
Yes.
The dinky daffodil.
We love the name. But they're really compact. So you get lots of flowers on each stem. But the tulips are lovely, the Muscari. So they are free with every order. Right. We've got a massive deal on planters, right? These are going to fly. Now, they are what we call rundown. I don't like the expression. It makes me feel ill. Rundown. But it means that they're basically never going to come back. So when the stock's gone, it's gone. We are clearing as many of these today. And we love that. Look at... I mean, I cannot believe that works out for club members less than... Well, it works out $6.75 each for club members. If you're not a club member, $7.50 each. It's a buy one, get one free. And these are such a good size, aren't they?
Such a good size. If you're going for any of the standards today, if you are going for the buy one or the mix and match on the standards, these are going to work perfectly. We've also got our Christmas tree. We've got our potted Christmas tree coming, and these would work beautifully. And they've got a little festive feel, we think, to those as well, with that brushed silver effect on there. How many have we got? On the buy one, get one free, like 20 or something, by the way you're saying it's due. 30, okay. So we've got 30 pairs available, so not many at all.
Sorry, I am a bit devastated about that.
Yeah.
Because I was really thinking about buying these myself. I love the size of them. You can get so much in them. Do you know what I was even thinking, Bex? Because they're 14 centimetres, you could even do grow your own in there as well. You know, I mean, we've got our heavy duty pots for grow your own, but if you want them to be a bit more attractive, then they're big enough to grow lots of your grow your own in as well. They're fantastic.
I love them, yeah, absolutely. Oh, we need to say good morning to Sharon.
Morning.
Sharon's a new name in the chat, so hello. Are you brand new to us, or have you just decided to actually say hello? Let us know, won't you?
Yeah.
I love it when we get new viewers.
And,
it's brilliant.
Now, the great thing is, all of our regulars, Olwyn, Neil, Elaine, you're watching, aren't those planters amazing? They really are.
I love those.
30 remaining, buy one, get one free at $14.99. Incredible value. I mean, seriously, one for $14.99 would be great, but it's a buy one, get one absolutely free. And don't forget, postage-wise, you did say about postage, didn't you, Bex?
Well, I waggled the board at them.
Oh.
I didn't actually say it.
You waggled very well.
Thank you.
But that waggly board means that you will get free P&P on all orders over £40. So your standards, it's a mix and match, 2 for $49.99. You'd automatically get free postage. To get the free postage, though, you do need to use the offer code, which today is YGTV4724. So YGTV4724. That unlocks all the promotions and gets you your free collection of endless spring bulbs.
Yay.
We've got the Muscari, the Narcissa, and the tulips as well. We'll tell you about those stands in a minute. Get the pots in your basket now.
Yes, there are 30 pairs remaining of those, so it's very important to get those as soon as you possibly can. We're moving over to our favourites table. Stu just said an area. How do we know these are favourites?
We don't.
I mean, we don't. But we normally have a really good guess at what we think is going to be your favourite. But I'd say most of the time we're quite right.
Well,
but we'll have to wait and see.
We know you love hardy geraniums.
Yes. I'm a big fan of the little monster. The Blue
Hobbit. And we did have this on a previous channel. It was a top seller. We do know that the Sarcococca you loved last year. We've got a brilliant price today.
Winter fragrance.
You've been asking for Asters.
Yes.
So we've got them.
And this is the Frikartii Monch variety. Yeah. Mum's got this in her garden.
She has. Well remembered.
It's a great one.
And it was amazing this year. It still is actually.
Yeah.
Still got some. I mean, they might have gone over last night.
Might have done it.
And last week, the Helleborus, the Christmas rose, was one of the big hits on our website as well. Right. I want to go back to Tiny Monster though.
Let's do it, yeah. Hardy geraniums. Hardy geraniums are absolutely fantastic, aren't they? We've been talking a lot about geranium Roseanne, for example, over the last few weeks. It has been one of the longest lasting of the flowers still going in my garden. Geranium Tiny Monster is beautiful, though, because what you get here is sort of lightly ruffled magenta flowers, and you have an incredibly long flowering season from these. So these are going to start probably in around May time. You'll start getting those flowers on there, but they're prolific in their longevity. They will keep going right the way through. I mean, depending on the year we have, I'm going to say definitely till September, probably into October, and maybe even into November as well.
And I must admit, in the past few years, I've just fallen in love with all hardy geraniums because they are so low maintenance. They will survive in pretty much all soil types, sun or part shade. They really just deliver on so many different levels. And apologies if we're making a bit of a rustling sound. Apparently the heater was too high and my mic was too low. Right, is that okay, Stu? Da-da-da. Right, good. So, geraniums, all soil types, sun or shade, really hard-working, totally winter hardy, and what I love is they kind of gently spread. So this one, it's never going to go too big. It's only going to go about, 50 centimetres width-wise.
About that.
But they flower all summer long. The pollinators love them as well. And do you know what? I'm not going to say they thrive on neglect, but if you forget to feed them, you forget to deadhead them, it doesn't matter.
Do you know, I was just about to say how low maintenance they are. I mean, this is for pretty much all of these hardy geraniums. I barely do anything to mine. I will occasionally feed it while I'm feeding the other plants. I don't specifically go to do it because it's so floriferous, so long flowering, and it requires no pruning or maintenance. You're supposed to deadhead. I never do. I still get loads of flowers. I never deadhead my geraniums.
I know.
Never.
But I mean, you should do. You should feed them. But so anyway, don't confuse them with the bedding geraniums. These are fully winter hardy. They do die down in the winter time, but they come back bigger and stronger every single year. I love them. They're absolutely stunning. Right. You love our next one.
I am so in love with this. This is the Blue Hobbit. This is the Eryngium, and I've got this in my garden. I adore it. I think it's really unusual, really weird and wonderful. It's like a thistle flag, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it feels like a thistle.
Amazing. But the colour, it genuinely is this really bright blue colour. It's incredible. Now, this is the Blue Hobbit. So this one stays a little bit more compact because there's a couple of different varieties.
Yeah, I mean, some are huge. Sea holly, that's it, Stu.
Right, Stu.
Yeah,
there's another variety that can get really tall, but this one actually stays just a little bit more compact, only getting to about maybe a couple of feet in height, about 50, 60 centimetres. It is a perennial. It'll come back year after year. It's got the Royal Horticultural Society Perfect for Pollinators badge, so it's a really valuable nectar source, and it just creates the most unusual flower spikes here. It genuinely is that bright blue, and that for me is
they almost paint
incredible.
it, don't they? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it is known as sea holly. They do very well in coastal regions, actually. So you can grow these by the coast. You can grow them in exposed gardens like I've got. They are a bit spiky like a thistle when you touch them, so just be a little bit careful. Tell you what is nice as well, you can dry the flowers and they look amazing. You can, and do you know, I haven't done that, so maybe I'll do that next year. Mine's really filling out now, so I planted it, oh God, it must be 2 years ago, so it's really starting to get nicely established. It's filling out beautifully. So yeah, I might cut some off and actually dry them. I wonder if it'll keep its blue colour when you dry it. No, it does fade. It does fade. Probably will fade a little bit. But it keeps a little bit there. Amazing. Yeah. That'd be so good, won't it? I highly recommend this one. I only know that because I have bought it as a cut flower. Have you? Yeah, and it was great. You know, most cut flowers, they start to go over and you can't wait to bin them. But I was thinking, actually, that was quite nice. Yeah. So I left them and I just took the water out and they dried and they did lose the colour a little bit, but they look great. I like the architecture of it. I agree. You know, that mixed in with your soft. I mean, where have I got mine? It's near some of my geraniums and things like that. So they're sort of more softer florals, and then you've got that contrast with the spikiness of this one and the bright blue colour. Adore that, and you are getting 3 9-centimetre pots as well. So brilliant to obviously buy in those odd numbers. Now we going to move on to the Sarcococca, the winter gem. I know this is a Christmas box because it is the deal of the week. Oh, I love a Sarcococca. I love a Sarcococca. I think one thing that I mean, you love the fragrance and so do I. Oh, it's so sweet. It's a vanilla-y, sweet fragrance, and I love that. I can almost smell it now, actually. Yeah. But what I didn't realise for many years is that this plant will actually live in pretty much full shade. Oh, yeah. And we forget that. Yeah. You know, we always think of your hostas and your ferns, but it will actually pretty much live in full shade as well. So, and it is evergreen. So, you know, if you have got the shady areas and you're not really into your hostas or your ferns, or you've got a bit too many of those, this is brilliant for those shady spots. But it's all about that fragrance and the flowers. Yeah, the flowers, I mean, they come along the stem, as you can see in the picture there, so you do get lots of them. They're small, but you get lots of them, so they're really quite stunning. But the fragrance you get from them, and sorry, the flowers come out around now. So Christmas time. Now you start seeing those buds appear, and then they'll flower right the way through winter, probably into February and even into March time. But it's that fragrance that just floats on the air at that time of year, and I think it's incredible I mean, any plant that flowers during winter time, I think, you know, hats off to you, you're amazing, but to have the mixture of that with that sweet fragrance as well is incredible. And it does mean that this is a plant that ideally you want near, because it flowers in winter, you want it near maybe your entrance, your front door, you maybe want it by the kitchen door. You just want to enjoy that fragrance. I'd say you want it as close to your home or your greenhouse potentially as possible. It is slow growing. I mean, I've had mine a number of years and it doesn't grow a lot each year. It doesn't, no. It's a very slow growing one. Ultimately, it can get to about 1 metre by 1 metre. I've had mine, I mean, I've had one of them for many years, so it's probably got to that size now. The other one I've had maybe 2.5 years, and I'd say it's getting close to that, maybe about 60 centimetres now. But the fact that it's really nice and compact means that this could be perfect pot plant for you. If you're going for the buy one get one free on the pots we showed you at the beginning of the show, I was just thinking that would work really nicely in there. You'd want to surround it, I think, with some winter bedding just to add an extra bit of interest whilst it's filling out. Hang on, Bex, I'm thinking. We buy the medley pots. Yeah. We put that in the centre. Yeah. And then we put Helleborus around the edge. Perfect. And sorry, we keep on going with this. And we've got a buy one get two free on the bulbs. So I'm thinking Sarcococca in the centre, Helleborus, and then lots of bulbs. Yeah, like crocus, tete-a-tetes. See, we're getting excited now. Yeah. That would be great. Would it? Yeah, because the Helleborus and the Sarcococca will be really happy in a similar location, in a shady spot. That'd be perfect. Yeah. There you go. Maybe that's my order for today. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe a couple of those, the pots. We do sometimes buy the same things, but that's not a bad thing. Not always. Sometimes we'll buy totally different things. That. That's a really good shout. And I just think that Sarcococca, I don't know why, but I feel it's slightly overlooked as a plant. And yet it has so many pluses. Evergreen, winter hardy, slow growing, so it's not going to take over. Lovely glossy leaves. And then any soil type, really not fussy. It's an amazing plant, and I love the fact that it will grow in shade.
Yeah.
So, an absolute win-win-win with this one, and it is only 9.9. It's a big plant already, 15 centimetres. And when I say big plant, it will have taken quite a few years to get to that size.
Definitely, yeah. Because as you say, they are quite slow growing. I was just going to see, this is one of those pots that's got all the chippings on the top. Just to see if we can do a root check. Oh yeah, nice. Lovely. Not really desperate to be repotted at all, but you can do, absolutely.
So I'm just doing a root check on you, but it's looking good.
I've had to spray them this morning. The greys are coming through thick and fast.
Yeah, well,
thick and fast.
Look at the beard.
Thick and fast.
I'm looking more like a tabby cat as the days go on, like ginger brown, bit of grey. But that is a beautiful plant, seriously, and I hope you love the idea. Put that as a centrepiece in one of the medley planters, surround it with Helleborus bulbs, and you're going to have the most incredible winter display. But that will look good all year round. You've still got that glossy, lovely foliage all year round. Right, you asked, we have got it. You've been asking for asters. Because You asked
us for the asters, so we got them.
We did. That was from Stu.
Of course it was from Stu.
It's quite funny at times with Stu, isn't he?
I find him hilarious.
Yeah, I do. I do find him quite funny, actually. That's Stu. If you don't know who Stu is, by the way, he's a person that does all the cameras, talks to us, takes the mick out of us constantly, tells us we're rubbish, but...
He tells me rude jokes as well, which I really enjoy.
But yes, he just said, you asked for asters, and here they are. And this is a stunning variety. Look at the colour.
Okay, so asters, you might know asters. I mean, I've got the low-growing asters, and I love them for their late flowering, and they're amazing. The colours you get from them are really, really beautiful. But this one's a slightly different variety. This one gets just that little bit taller. Your mum's got it in her garden, hasn't she? And
did you film it in my mum's garden, Stu? I think you might see it in the background. We'll try and find it.
Yeah, great. I mean,
there it is.
That's exactly it. So they just grow that little bit taller. Sometimes, and I actually quite like this. Okay, so if you want them to stay upright, it's well worth planting them in amongst.
Just
was that a really bad freeze on your face, was it?
I just looked like I was falling asleep.
I quite like how that grows, look, and how it's just sort of gently sort of trailing forward slightly. If you want them to stay upright, then plant them in a border so they can get support from other plants. But I quite like it when they grow like that and just tumble forwards.
And that has looked great for the last probably 3 months. I don't know what it looks like this morning because obviously I had a bit of frost, but they are fully winter hardy.
Fully winter hardy, but again, I mean, asters are great for those longer flowering periods, flowering, quite regularly right the way through to October. So great for extending that season.
And I tell you what, when my mum, I know my mum only planted that last year, and it has grown really quite quickly.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was only planted in that corner last year.
Was it a big one when it got planted, or was it?
Do you know what? I honestly can't remember. No. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But I know that last year it was really insignificant, and this year it's like, so.
Well, they have got the AGM, so the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. So that means it's a really good garden performer. They've tested it, trialled it. It's hit all of their, criteria. So they've given it that. They've also given it their badge of perfect for pollinators. So we know it's a great one for bringing the pollinators into the garden. Did you know that Aster is the Latin word for star? And that obviously refers to the shape of the flowers there.
I did actually, I remember,
Love it, and it's a hybrid of two other varieties, which is where it's got its name from.
It's just weird that we just didn't have them. So you've been asking, and we've got the Aster there, and you get 3 in the 9 centimetre pots at $9.99. Now moving on to a plant that I really love, and it's a Helleborus. This is known as a Christmas rose, and I can honestly say this particular variety, because there are lots of different Helleborus out there, but this variety is superb. I bought it last year, and the amount of flowers was incredible. It just would not stop flowering. But also what I love about this one is the flowers are a little bit more upright. A lot of Helleborus, the flowers kind of nod down so you don't see their true beauty. But with this, they're a lot more upright, and they look absolutely stunning. And do you remember, Bex, last year, because I've got a bit of a thing about poinsettias. I like them, but they don't like me. The amount of times you buy a poinsettia and you take it home, and within literally 45 minutes, it's gone, well, I'm not happy here, and then it loses loads of leaves. So I actually use these around Christmas time indoors. I did lots of nice displays, and they looked amazing. And obviously, I only kept them indoors for a few weeks of Christmas, then put them outside. in a nice shady spot. But look at the amount of buds. Look at this.
Yeah. Well, this one was specifically bred to have more flower power, so you are going to get more flowers on this one and to have a longer flowering season.
I mean,
between December and March, this is so floriferous. You'll get so many flowers.
I mean, I'm not counting there because there's too many to count. But yeah, they are absolutely amazing. And do you remember we potted this one here up about 2 weeks ago?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and look.
I like the way that the flowers start this beautiful white colour, but then they actually do sort of fade to they age to a nice sort of blush pink in there as well. So you get a really nice colour change going on.
If I don't want to break any off, but to give you sort of like the journey, just bear with me here. There you go.
Yeah.
So can you see that's just about to come out? So it's like pure white, but look at the sort of like the greens and the creams, and there's even like a little bit of pink in the
you do
the
get
petals
pinks in there as well.
I mean, how beautiful is that? Look at those.
I think it's a really, as you say, something just a little bit different for Christmas. And I am not a fan of poinsettias. I'll just put it out there. Everyone's allowed their own personal choice.
No, listen,
I'm not a big fan of them, but this is a really nice alternative for me.
So I've just got a quick tangent. So my mum-in-law, she managed to keep a poinsettia alive, and it got to about September time last year, and she was like, "Oh, I'd love it to flower again." So I said, "Oh, well, I know what you're supposed to do." And I said, "You put it in a room where it gets at least 12 hours of darkness. So that to reflower, they need to be in complete darkness for at least 12 hours, and that means no lights on or anything." So anyway, she moved it to another room, killed it, blamed it on me. So they're a bit, poinsettias, if you manage to keep a poinsettia alive, good on you. But these are a brilliant Christmas alternative for an indoor plant, but obviously put them outside. They don't want to be indoors for too long, and ideally in a sort of a coolish room.
Yeah.
But they are brilliant plants in beds and borders, and they're great in shade again.
Love it. 2 lots of those, 2 Sarcococcas, the buy one, get one free on our pots. There is a Christmas display sorted for you outside the front house.
Happy days.
Fragrance, colour, flowers. Oh, amazing.
God, those medley planters, though, I know we keep banging on about them, but there's 30 left, and when they're gone, they're gone. So don't wait till Sunday. Don't think, oh, I'll order after the show's finished with Shaun and Bex. Get them snapped up right now. And remember, you need to order. If you ordered 3 pairs, you'd be over £40. But actually, Bex, what we're saying right now about getting 2 planters, 6 Helleborus, 2 Sarcococca, you've got 2 amazing winter displays. You might want to get some bulbs as well.
Love that. Oh, George is saying he loves the Sarcococca, and Olwyn. Oh, Christmas roses in flower. Very nice.
Do you know?
Oh, Tim, good morning to you as well. Hello, lovely.
Morning, Tim.
Hope you're well.
Morning. Hope you're well, Tim. Hope you're well.
Oh, and Dingo.
Dingo says what?
Oh, the turtles have tucked their heads in because it's snowing.
Oh. My cat wasn't very happy. He was like desperate to go out. And I'm like, OK then, let's show you.
Off you go.
I was like, straight back in. Yeah.
I was away, so I went to visit my friend earlier on this week, and it snowed. But I didn't get to see how the dog was out in the snow. I didn't get to enjoy that. Never mind.
I love it when you see pets out in the snow for the first time.
Hilarious, aren't they?
They really are. By the weather, I looked at the weather forecast. I know it's really chilly today and for the next couple of days, but next week is a lot warmer in general.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a thaw coming.
Yeah, so next week you can get lots of things potted up, but pretty much everything on the show today is fully winter hardy.
Yeah,
I think it all is, isn't it?
Like, I don't think there's anything that's desperate to be planted or potted or anything. No. So they're easy to look after until you're ready to do it. I don't think so.
No, there's nothing that's.
We'll work our way around.
Yeah, I'm sure there's nothing that's not fully winter hardy.
Yeah.
I did panic last night though because it forecast -4 where I live, and I had a few things outside that. I was like, oh no, I need to move
it's
in.
coming.
Yeah, so it was like 6 o'clock at night in the dark. I'm like carrying pots into the greenhouse. That's what we do as gardeners, don't we? Anyway, let's remind you of some of the things we've had so far. So this is the Helleborus, the Christmas rose. Cannot recommend these highly enough. $15.29 if you are a club member. That works out about £5.10 per plant. Fully winter hardy, flowering all through the winter. Totally evergreen. And remember, these are really, really outstanding in terms of their breeding. They produce more flowers. The flowers change colour from white to creams to greens, little hint of pink in there. They also are more upright, so the flowers rather than like just nodding down like a lot of hellebores, they are a lot more visible and a lot more beautiful. Now, I cannot emphasize enough, I think, because I think nowadays it's a little bit more challenging gardening-wise because of climate change. So if you are looking for something that is so reliable and hard-working, then a hardy geranium is the answer. The last 2 years, Bex and I have just fallen in love with hardy geraniums, and this one is really nice. It's called Tiny Monster. Never going to grow too big, probably about 30, 40 centimetres, 40, 50 centimetres width-wise as well. But it will flower from May through to October and November. The pollinators love it. It's a plant that will tolerate pretty much all soil types. Sun, part shade, it needs very little maintenance. It's not a needy plant, but it will really, really deliver for months and months and months. It's a lovely colour, this one, the Tiny Monster. So if maybe you've already got the geranium Roseanne and you've loved it, add some more hardy geraniums. And for me, with my garden, I just want some areas that are low maintenance, and they are really, really great at ground cover and giving you a low maintenance garden. 560641. Now, a lot of you have been asking for asters, and we have got some asters right now. These are great at giving you that late summer, autumn colour. And this is the Frikartii Monch, which is a lovely variety, a little bit taller than some asters. You saw it there in my mum's garden, probably about, 70 centimetres high, something like that. And it has flowered for about the last 2 to 3 months and fully winter hardy, so they will come back every single year. 560886. And don't forget the Sarcococca. Now, I know this is Christmas box because it does flower around Christmas time, but it is an amazing plant. If you haven't discovered this yet, it is evergreen. It is absolutely fine in pretty much full shade. Obviously, part shade is fine as well. It flowers sort of from now through to December and January time, and the fragrance is incredible. So, hang on, Bex, this is from last year, yeah?
That's from last year, yeah, absolutely.
Got to say, yours is ahead.
Yeah, no, this is when I still had it in the pot. I planted it into the border. I feel like I need to move it again because it's kind of getting a little bit taken over by some other plants. But yeah, that was it. I can't remember when it was taken, probably in about January or February time, that video.
Beautiful.
And it was so beautiful, gorgeous fragrance. Just around the corner there is my back door, so every time I walked out into the back garden, I got a sniff of that. That was amazing.
And a friend of mine's got a really established Sarcococca, and hers is about 1 metre by 1 metre. And she very kindly, Lynn, if you're watching, brought me a few stems of that last year. And honestly, a couple of stems would fill the room with fragrance. It's absolutely magnificent. 510563. It is the deal of the week, because normally when we've done a price reduction on that, it's been down to $14.99. But today it's under a tenner. And don't forget, with every single order today, as long as you use the code YGTV4724, you will get the Endless Spring Mix there. And you've got the stunning Narcissi, tulips, and of course the Narcissus as well. So 20 bulbs, all free, as long as you use the offer code. What a show we've got. Oh, and then we have got the Blue Hobbit. Now, I must admit, I haven't got this in my garden, but I'm really tempted with this one.
Get it, honestly. I love this so much.
Oh, wow,
okay,
yeah.
So that's one of them. And that's a slightly older video. It's filled out way more than that now, but it is beautiful. I love it. You get this green growth, and then it turns into the most amazing bright blue colour, and it does form clumps as well. So it starts off, you get a few shoots on there, and then over the years it just keeps getting bigger and better as well.
And I know there's some Eryngiums that are a lot taller than this one. I remember a friend of mine, mum's had some huge ones, but these are a lot more compact. So great for that in the middle of the border, about 70 centimetres high, and you can, once you get established, you can use them as cut flowers and dry them, of course, as well. They are a bit, I know when you touch them, they are a little bit, because they are from the thistle family, they are a little bit spiky, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not too bad at all, but they do have a little bit of spike to them.
A little bit of a spike. Right. Don't forget all of those packs of threes in 9 centimetre pots. If you are in the club, it's £3 a plant.
Wow.
So all of the packs of 9 centimetre plants are £9.99 today, or £8.99 if you are one of our club members. Right, we're doing a bit of a clear out on these pots. They're not coming back. And they are amazing. absolutely incredible. 2 of them, so buy one get one free. They're called the Medley Planters for $14.99, $13.49 for club members. That works out $6.75 a pot. That is amazing, isn't it?
It's pretty good,
and
isn't
they're
it?
And
for the size of those.
40 centimetres.
Yeah, really good size. And I like what you're saying, because these can work for so many different things. I think they're very versatile. But you could even do some grow your own in here, couldn't you?
You could.
If you're going for one of the standards or the mix and match that we've got in the standards, these would be great, because they've got enough depth to them to provide stability on a windy day. Sometimes if you plant a standard in a shorter pot, it easily blows over, but this one's a bit deeper. If you're going for our potted Christmas tree, that would work in this pot. It's the right size. You could happily have it in there. And I think you were saying, weren't you, Shaun? It does have a bit of a festive feel to it.
It does. I was in a garden centre yesterday. I had a right good look round.
Right good look.
Right good look round, and they'd done a lot of Christmas displays for outside. Some of them were like £80, £90.
Yeah.
And I must admit, I kept looking and thinking, well, there's no way I'd pay that. Now, that is £6.75, and as we said, if you put the Sarcococca in the middle, some Helleborus, some bulbs, it could look amazing.
Stu's just made a suggestion,
go on,
and
what?
oh my word, you know those standard twisted olives that we've got, the tall ones?
What, the ones we both bought?
The ones that we both bought, that I bought because I was jealous because you got them.
What did they say? What did they say? What's it?
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
It is so, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's all right. I've copied you sometimes. It's fine.
I'm happy with it. It's
yeah,
fine.
same here.
But yeah, I think you're right, Stu. These would probably work for that, and they're working out at what, £6.75 each. These, I think, are deep enough. You're absolutely right.
And
so
we
if you
have
bought those. Great.
As Bex said as well, we have got a living Christmas tree for you available today as well that you could easily put in here.
I'll show you in a bit, but it will fit.
But if you want these, we do not have many left. That's it, and they're not coming back. And also...
Oh, the olives, are you saying? Oh, my word. So we've got the standard olive trees. They're about 1.2 metres in height.
Hang on, how much is a big one? Don't tell us, because we bought it at full price.
Well, it was $99.99.
What is it now, Stu?
It came down to $89.99. What is it now, Stu? $74.99.
Wow.
So if you're a club member, you're going to take another £7.50 off that. And that is the size that they come.
It's a Bex size.
By the way. And that's your front door.
That is my front door. I mean, I still, oh God.
Well, see, I'm specifically looking for some square pots. I don't want them in round pots. I want square pots. So these would...
Right.
Have we got them just outside the door, Stu? Have we got one just outside the door?
Yeah. Right, you go and get that. Right, I'm going to urge you. Do you know what Bex is doing? She's not getting an olive tree. She's placing an order. I know you, Bex. You're placing an order, aren't you? Jeez. She is. She's like, I'll place an order. But honestly, we've only got a very small stock of those remaining. Right.
I am shopping. You're absolutely right.
Do you know what?
Oh my word, it's the perfect size. It's the perfect size. It's the perfect size.
Right, do you know what I'm thinking, Bex, right? By the way, this is the best price we've ever done these. I'm thinking nice twinkle lights all the way up the stem for Christmas, all in the foliage. I'm thinking I would put Helleborus around there. I'd probably put a few pine cones and things.
I want you all to put this in your basket, but please can you save just one pair, in fact 2 pairs, so that Shaun and I can place an order.
Yeah, what we need to do, Stu, is just put in a little clip of film, and then under that, Bex and I can place an order. Seriously, they are amazing. Stu didn't like that. $14.99, $13.49 if you are one of our club members. If you are not a club member, by the way, you can join right now on your very first order, and you can save 10% on your pots, on your compost, on all of the plants, and it costs you £5 per year on auto renewal. So if you are a brand new viewer to YouGarden TV, join the club and you'll save so many hundreds of pounds potentially over the next 12 months. Love those. By the way, we are gonna... Stu's really quiet in my ear today.
Yeah, he's really loud in my ear. I think it's you.
I think it...
I think it's you might need to get your ears tested.
Oh, no, it's shouting.
You're reaching that age, Shaun, where you might need to get your ears tested.
Thanks, Bex. Listen, I normally don't get any colds, any ailments, but the last few weeks I had a few, but I'm back to my usual self now, Bex.
Sure.
No, I am. I did have a few weeks. I did feel a bit. It's very hard when you're under the weather, isn't it?
I know, it's really tough.
It is, isn't it?
I'm all perky now. Like, I had a bad few weeks.
I know. But yeah, watch out because the pair of us are full of beans today. We really are.
Full of beans.
But we've got such a good show as well. Now, we have got some great deals on our standards right now. And when we say standards, these are plants that rather than having them as a shrub or a bush, they've been grafted on tall stems, so you get this lovely lollipop shape. And some of these are really quite unusual. So you'll know them as regular plants. You'll know, your Rosemary. You'll know Ceanothus. You'll know your Viburnum. But to have them as standards is really quite rare. And we are absolute specialists here at YouGarden with our weird and unusual standards. And there's some absolute beauties. We've been asked which ones are our favourites. I love them all.
I can't choose.
I mean, the only one I'm not interested in is the holly because I've got them.
Yeah.
Should we start with Ceanothus?
Let's go with Ceanothus. This one's a brilliant one. Evergreen.
Yes.
You know how amazing this is. All our regulars, you know how much we talk about Ceanothus and how gorgeous this is in your garden. Come April and May time, for about 6 weeks there, this is the standout plant in your garden because it gets absolutely covered in these. I mean, the colour, the blue colour, it's a lilac, obviously it's called Californian lilac, it's a lilac-y blue colour, but it covers the plant in these clusters of beautiful flowers. Pollinators adore them, so it's a really excellent one, and it is the standout one that looks amazing at that time of year. But then, of course, all through the year, you've got the evergreen foliage on there as well, so it's really interesting no matter what season.
And occasionally, I have had it flower in autumn, but very occasionally.
Yeah, you do get the odd like flower it'll push out, and it will quite regularly do a second flush of flowers, to the end of the summer and early autumn time. The biggest flowering season is obviously April and May, and a good sort of 4 to 6 weeks you get of those flowers.
And it is spectacular. And the Ceanothus, it doesn't just kind of like get one or two, it's like just gets covered. That's the way it flowers. And what will happen over the years, the actual stem will get thicker, as you saw in that little video, so that'll get stronger and thicker, so you won't need to support it. And then the head will become this massive ball of that lilac. And yeah, I mean, when you see it there, they are just magnificent.
That's exactly what it will look like.
Yeah.
Genuinely, that is what it will look like. And they're really easy to look after. Ceanothus requires very little attention. When it comes to standards, all you're going to do is just trim it occasionally. Yeah. You might want to let it go wild, and that's fine. But I think with standards, what we like is that sort of ball of colour up at the top, the lollipop head of colour. So just pruning it a little bit to maintain that ball of colour up at the top. That's all you need to do.
I'm glad to know who that lady is.
I'd love to know who she is.
Were you thinking the same?
Yeah.
So who's that lady?
Who is she?
Yeah, I was thinking it's not Bex.
It's not me.
It's definitely not me. But you can go for two of those, or we can mix and match, because normally we only ever do pairs of the same standard, but we're mixing things up. I want to do the rosemary next if we can. Only because I haven't got rosemary in my garden. I actually love it as a herb, so why don't I have it?
It's my favourite, yeah.
But have you ever seen it grown as a standard? And the thing is with rosemary,
that fragrance.
we think of it, obviously, in culinary use, and it is the most amazing herb for taste and fragrance. But this is actually really pretty because these flower.
Yeah, and they're quite stunning when they do flower.
Yeah,
Lots
amazing.
of little, sort of very slightly paler than Ceanothus.
Look at it.
Lovely kind of lilac-y blue coloured flowers on there. But the fragrance of the actual herb itself is amazing. Love it. I'm cooking a Sunday roast. I go out, I trim a little bit off my Ceanothus bush. It's the one herb I use the most in my garden. Rosemary. Don't eat Ceanothus. don't do that. I meant rosemary.
I know you did, but I said, hang on.
But it's quite a vigorous growing plant.
That's why we need two of us, you see. We look after each other, don't we?
It does grow quite vigorously, and all you have to do is prune it a little bit, maintain that shape. You can obviously keep it as well so that you can use it, you can dry it so you can use it in cooking later.
I'm just thinking, what an amazing standard to have, because it's got to look like this all year round, and then you've got the added benefit of the colouring uses, the fragrance, and those beautiful flowers as well. I remember one of my gardening friends went round to her house last year, and her rosemary was all in flower, and it was beautiful. And we forget that, don't we?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's on my list today. And then we remember the Viburnum from last year, don't we? In fact, you know, we call it a show opener. So, you know, when we start the show, there's that footage of Bex and I and Peter, our head gardener, around the nursery. There was a lovely clip of this in flower on there.
Yeah, and it's not far off, actually.
It's not.
I mean, there's loads of buds here. I was just having a little smell to see if it's fragrant yet. Not quite. We need those buds just to open up a little bit. But again, this is another one, a bit like the Sarcococca, that's going to flower and give you fragrance over those winter months. It's not far away at all, so you're going to start getting that fragrance very soon. And I really like, so you get these clusters of flowers here. I really like the way they open because they start as a tight, kind of pinky, maroony coloured cluster, and then they open up and you get these white flowers, but they open up slightly at different times. Yeah, and it just provides so... That's a great freeze frame. Love that.
Stu deliberately, because their videos, he deliberately frees them when we're both putting like ridiculous faces. Go on, show us a better face. Come on, I liked yours. I look like I've swallowed a wasp.
You'd clearly said something very funny in that video because I was laughing at the time.
But I do remember that last year these flowered for months. Do you remember? They really did.
Ages. I like that. See, you're hilarious, clearly. Look at you.
But I remember last year that was out on the nursery. So last year, and they flowered for so many months, right the way through the winter.
Yeah, right the way through. So they're going to start flowering very, very soon. They'll keep going into January, into February, into March, and they might even tickle through into April as well. But they're evergreen too, so they don't drop their leaves. So all year round, there's something beautiful to look at.
And actually, really easy.
So easy.
Yeah.
So easy. Bit of pruning. That's
in fact, some of you know, but me and my partner Joe, we bought a house, knocked it down and rebuilt. So our garden was pretty much like a building site. And there were a few original trees and plants there, and we tried to, we saved as many as we could. But this did survive right at the back of the garden. And I was just like wild at the back, but it's gone through so much, and it's still there, and it still flowers every single winter. But yeah, I think they're beautiful. So you can mix and match. You can go for two of the same or two completely different ones. But there's one more in the mix and match, which is the holly, which is tucked down here.
Yes. I should have tried to get that one out at the same time. I couldn't quite fit it.
No, it's a bit cramped.
But yes, you can go for the holly standard as well. Now, Shaun and I both got these. I got the pair. December, these come out. I've put them around the front of the house already, but on December the 1st, they will go either side of the front door because they just give that wonderful Christmassy, festive welcome to anybody that's coming around to my house. This one is the Blue Maid variety. It's a female variety, which means it is a berry-producing variety. And as I turn that around, you can see how many of those festive red berries are actually on that plant.
And they are real, by the way.
Yes, they are real. We haven't stuck them on.
No.
In springtime, you get those little white flowers, loads of them. Pollinators adore them. Obviously, they then can turn into those berries for you later on in the festive period.
So, 82. If you had to pick two, Bex, what would you...
Well, I've already got the holly, so let's put that one to one side for me.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm going to go with rosemary and viburnum. I'm going for the fragrance. I've got a Ceanothus bush. I'm happy with that. I'm going for rosemary and I'm going for the viburnum. Those are my two.
So I'm going for rosemary and Ceanothus.
There you go.
Yeah.
We've got our own favourites, haven't we? That's the big
only
thing
because,
about
again,
it.
I've got the viburnum. I mean, not as a standard, but I've got the viburnum. But yeah, but you can decide. You might want to go for, here's an idea, because these look great in pots and those medley planters would be superb. But if you are putting them in your borders, quite often threes look good. So if you went for two pairs, you could maybe go for three of the same thing, then one other one to have in a pot. If you want the medley planters, they are going to sell out. Bex managed to place her order. I think they are. 15% of the stock has gone, but they are not coming back. And we see a lot of beautiful pots here at YouGarden. And I can honestly say all of our pots have always, generally speaking, got great drainage. They're all frost-proof, UV resistant. They're built and made to last year's, but these are big, and it just means that you can really have trees like, you could even probably grow one of our mini orchards in here for a few years.
Yeah, I think you could, for sure. I like the depth of them. They're perfect for these holly standards.
They are, aren't they?
They really are. They're the perfect depth. Oh,
let me just show you
they're the same width as the heavy duty. Obviously, one's round and one's square, but yeah.
So, I mean, we love our heavy duty pots, but if they're not pretty enough for you...
It's not a bad...
that's not that much smaller.
Very similarly to...
You won't get quite as much in there, because it's a bit narrow at the base, but anyway, They are amazing value. They're working out for club members £6.75 each, and I think they look great, don't they? Love them.
I want them.
I want them for
your olives.
For our olives. But if you do want them, you do need to get them in your basket. And a lot of you will have them in your basket now, but don't forget to check out. And remember, today, as ever, you get free postage when you spend over £40. And as long as you use that code YGTV4724, you'll get your free gift as well. And it's not too late to plant bulbs. It really isn't. No. November's a great month. I mean, obviously, if your ground's frozen today, wait till next week when it's thawed a bit. But yeah, sorry, we've just heard, because we do, look, we'll be honest, we do get staff discount, which is very generous of the company, but quite often it's a lot better for us to actually just buy using the YGTV code.
It's true. We've said it. Yeah. We've said it before on here. Like, the staff discount is very generous, and thank you very much. But actually, the YGTV code is better than the staff discount.
Yeah. So
love that.
And don't forget, you've got your Muscari, the Blue Moon Muscari there, the Caniculatus, those narcissi, and these are really small, petite little like mini daffodils.
Yeah.
So you can get several flowers on one stem.
Yeah.
So they are just beautiful.
I'm a big fan of dinky daffodils because I mean, you can plant them in loads more places than you can the tall ones.
And the Saxatilis, the little, I think they're unusual, don't you?
Really unusual, and it's free. Let's face it, it's absolutely free.
I mean, I'll be honest. I have got 3 packs of these sat in the greenhouse, but I am gonna be planting them next week.
Very good.
Yeah. Right. We're going to do, apparently, a speedy VT reminder.
Oh, lovely.
So, and Bex, you're going to get...
I know. Get ready to do the bulbs.
Okay. Right, Ceanothus, standard California lilac. So it is your classic Ceanothus, but it's been grafted as a standard. It gives you that lollipop shape. Covered in flowers in April, May time. Pollinators love it, and it is evergreen. It's actually got really nice, kind of delicate, quite dark green oval leaves, so it's an absolute stunner of a plant. And over the years, it will just get a bigger head, stronger stem on it, and Ceanothus, they get covered in flowers. Now the rosemary, hey, I'm really pleased. Some of you are going for my combination, Ceanothus and rosemary. Now rosemary has so many benefits. Obviously, it's a great herb in cooking, great for the fragrance, great for its scent. But when it flowers, it is actually really beautiful as well. We often forget rosemary is just a beautiful looking plant in its own right. But again, to get it as a standard is really quite unusual. So the best combination so far, the most popular, is the rosemary with the Ceanothus, but you can mix and match and go for whatever you want. You might want to go for 2 of the same, of course. But you do get a big discount from buying 2. And then Bex's choice was the Viburnum. And I mean, Bex, I remember these last year, and they just were magnificent, weren't they? They flowered forever.
Yeah, they flowered.
Not forever, but
they flowered for
4 months, wasn't it?
Yeah, good 4 months you get, and it's really interesting the way the clusters open, and of course you get that beautiful fragrance as well. And in the standard, it means they're not going to get unruly and too tall. You know, Viburnum bushes can get, several meters in height in actual fact, but as the standard, it does keep it a bit more compact. Any of these are great for smaller gardens just because of their compact nature.
And what you were saying earlier, it's lovely that the buds are kind of like a really sort of dark colour.
Yeah, you can see it there. Tight buds, really maroony colour, and then these white flowers, and you get blushes of pink in there as well. So it's a really interesting plant.
I did go to Stately Home in Harrogate last year. I remember seeing some really established standard Viburnums, and they did look really classy as well. So it's beautiful. It's quite rare to get a standard Viburnum. A lot of work's gone into the growing of that and the grafting, but it is only, if you go for 2, it's only £49.99. 510191 is your item number. Then we have got the Ilex, the Holly Standard. Again, stunning evergreen foliage. You get the berries as well. £39.99 for 1, or 2 for £49.99. 510182. Right. Now, I know we did promise you bulbs, but this is a buy 1, get 2
free. It's time, isn't it, basically? I mean, there is still time to get them in the ground. but that's why we're doing such an amazing deal on these, because we need to get them in the ground pretty quick, basically. So don't worry if the ground's frozen right now. I guess it's really cold here at the minute, but it will thaw next week and you can still plant.
And I was thinking, I think September this year was probably a bit too warm for a lot of bulbs, particularly tulips.
Yes.
October was a great month to plant, and November
has been great up to now.
I think October, November, premium months to plant bulbs.
Great.
I know it may be frosty, maybe where you live has got frozen ground right now, but next week is a lot warmer for most of us.
I've still got a few bags to plant. I did the majority last week, and I'm really glad I did, but I've still got 3 or 4 bags to get out. So I'm just going to wait a couple of days until it warms up a little bit, and then I'm going to get them out.
Yeah, but honestly, it's a great time to plant. However, once we get to December, it's not quite as good. You can still plant bulbs in December, though. You really can.
Yeah.
I did plant some in January last year, and no, only about half came up.
Yeah, but they'll come up this year.
I say only half came up. They came up, but not all of them had flowers. So it's a great time, but we are doing buy 1, get 2 free, because obviously we are clearing stock, and it's any 3, so you can mix and match, but you'll only pay $9.99. If you're in the club, it's $8.99. What does that work out, Bex? You can do the maths.
£3 each.
That's
£3 a pack.
Look how good. See? Stu couldn't work that out, could he?
Right, so we're going to start with our Narcissus, the tete-a-tete. If you're going for Shaun's and my suggestion of Sarcococca, the pots, the Helleborus around the edge, and you want to add some bulbs in as well, I'm going to suggest you go with the Narcissus tete-a-tete.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Definitely. So you're going to get the dinky daffodils, and we like the Narcissus tete-a-tete as the dinky daffodils, the shorter ones, because actually on this you can get multiple flowers per stem here. We're talking maybe up to 4 flowers per stem, which is why Narcissus tete-a-tete is one of the most popular when it comes to the shorter daffodils, only reaching about, I mean, sometimes they're really dinky, only about 15 centimetres in height.
And they are really quite magical. I mean, I've gone crazy with these this year.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I paid a lot more than you did, because I bought mine a few, I think about 3-4 weeks ago. But I've planted these all through the pub garden, loads in my mum's garden and loads in mine. I just can't wait, because I remember last year when you see the tete-a-tetes in March time, it's just joyous, isn't it? I love
them. I mean, this is the one of the bags that I've still got to plant out, actually. It's my Narcissus tete-a-tete, and I can't wait, because I haven't got any daffodils in my garden yet. But I am going to have daffodils in my garden from next year, and they will be there every year, because they are so good at coming back year on year for many, many years as well.
Do you know, I was just thinking, Bex, a friend of mine, Sue, who's part of the garden club that I help run, we do this big thing about saying about our bulbs are really good size and firm. They're not squishy.
Yeah, definitely.
So my friend Sue bought some bulbs from somebody else.
Oh.
A really expensive bulb supplier, like a designer name. And do you know what? The pack arrived and several of them were squishy.
Yeah.
I said, get a refund.
Yeah.
But ours are really firm, which if you ever buy a packet of bulbs and some are squishy, they're just going to rot in the ground. Look how firm those are.
Yeah, there's definite... Absolutely, I'm trying to work my way around every single one of those.
It's like feeling my rock-hard muscles back.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I was thinking. Exactly what I was thinking, right?
Yeah, just like feeling my rock-hard
Felt like I was
bicep.
squeezing your arm then.
Yeah, rock solid. But they are, aren't they? Jokes apart, they really... Thought that'd make you laugh. Actually, no, I'm like a squishy bulb that's just gone over slightly. All right.
Same here, mate. Same here.
But they are really firm, which means that every one of those is going to produce the most amazing flowers, and several on the stem as well.
Yeah, I love them. One of my faves, definitely, and one of your faves too.
I'm really excited about planting for springtime. I'm excited about winter. And I love the fact that it is cold today, because it reminds us that we actually do get seasons.
Yes, true.
Because sometimes it all blurs into one. But planting now, it's going to give you so much pleasure when those bulbs appear in March time. Normally about Mother's Day, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, they're perfect if you want to get them as a gift for Mother's Day and plant them up and then give the pots as a Mother's Day gift.
And actually, we have got, if you're not going for the big medley planters, I'll just...
Are you getting those little terracotta ones?
Yeah, I'll just thinking... The Kiki did look great in there, wouldn't they?
Yeah, totally. That's the
Do
perfect
you think,
size.
Stu?
Absolute perfect size. And that one's actually on a buy one, get 2 free, so you'll get 3 of those. How much are in here? 25?
25.
I'd put them all in.
No, I wouldn't. Come on, Bex, I know you like to apply. I'd say 1 bag for 2 pots.
Yeah, all right, split it in half. That'd be fine. That'd be fine.
Yeah. And that gives you some extra ones as well.
I'd still put one in.
No!
My name's Rebecca and I'm an overplanter.
That really would be a lot. But they are lovely, say, for the more miniature-sized bulbs. Actually, they'd be great for your free bulbs as well, those.
Yeah, definitely.
All of your free bulbs are fairly small, so perfect. And they work out...
270-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stu said it in my ear, I'm not...
It is about 270. No, it is. Yeah, that's right.
All right, the next one that we've got... Oh, hang on. We need to answer Ian in the chat, apparently.
Sorry, Ian.
Ian.
We have been having too much fun. I know we have. So, sorry, Ian.
Oh, it's in Facebook.
Right, go on then. Fire away.
What's the question? He says, good morning, Ben and Sean. That's fine.
Yeah, that's Ben. I'm Sean. Yes.
Protected by the Blue Hobbit. Well done, Ian. Oh, do we know when the Christmas cactus is getting dispatched? Yes, we do. The answer is...
It's early next week, isn't it?
Early next week. That is correct, yes. We absolutely apparently underestimated how popular it would be. So I know it was on pre-order, and so there's more coming in. They will be dispatched early next week.
I can also say we've seen them on the nursery and they are amazing.
They are beautiful.
Yeah.
I
so
love
well done
them.
for getting them.
I wish we could have got more, but we have gone back and tried to get more, and we just can't.
Yeah. So Ian, next week they will be dispatched.
Yay.
Yeah, and thank you for watching, by the way.
Thank you.
You've made myself and Ben very happy. Right. Do you know what? The amount of times that I type messages and I never check them, and then I look back and I'm like, oh no, what have I just said?
I look like I was completely drunk.
Yeah, because I hate all the autocorrects.
I know, it does it all the time.
Right, we are going to move on to a stunning pack of alliums, the spherocephalons. I know them as drumsticks, and these are an allium that really, I mean, when you think you get 100, that is going to give you the biggest display. And this is one of the taller ones as well.
Yeah, it is. It can get to probably about 3 feet in height, about 90 centimetres. I will say, I mean, I planted mine, and mine came up this year in August. They didn't get quite that tall this year, but maybe they will next year. So I reckon they got to about 60 centimetres this year. They're brilliant. So
I've not got this particular
love
one.
them, and I've seen them planted. Somebody I follow on Instagram. His name is Henry Agg. He's got loads of followers. He's a bit of a garden snob, and he's really handsome.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's a bit fit. He's really handsome.
Yes.
That's not why I follow him, obviously.
Of course not.
Okay, so I saw these planted in his garden, and what he's done is mixed them in with grasses, and it is I mean, it's not the only combination, but it is a beautiful combination. So it's got these lovely sort of they're sort of the more browny and yellow coloured grasses, and then the drumstick spherocephalons just rising up out of the top, and it's a really good combo.
Because anything I will say, and I have got other types of alliums with garden, they're not known for great foliage. The foliage tends to die down just as they're in flower, so underplanting them works really well visually.
Yeah, and I think that's why it works great if you do plant it in with grasses, because the grass will hide that foliage gorgeously. They have the AGM, they have the Award of Garden Merit, they've got the badge of perfect for polliners. You want to plant them in a nice sunny spot, they'll come back for you year after year.
Oh, well, 100. And that's, say, but it's a buy one, get two free. You can mix and match, go for whatever you want. Now we have got the Chionodoxas next.
Oh, yeah, like the Chionodoxa. So these are nice low-growing ones. These only ever get to about 15 centimetres in height. They actually don't mind a little bit of shade either. So these are perfect sort of woodland-type planting scheme here. Underneath hedges, underneath trees. Really lovely at spreading as well. Great for rocky gardens, you know, rockeries and things like that. But I definitely plant these in large groups.
Yeah, because
don't plant them individually. That look
petite,
weird.
they are delicate. You know, one by itself would get a little bit lost. I grew them a few years ago in just little, really small little pots. And I use them on the pub tables outside, and they look really nice. They're very pretty. It's a very, very pretty bulb. It really is.
Very pretty, and I think they're a great companion if you want to plant them with crocus, for example, because they're nice and short, so they'll grow nicely with crocus, or maybe as a companion to the tete-a-tetes.
Oh, no, that would work well,
I mean, they might flower slightly. I mean, they come out sort of any time between February, March, April, so the chances are you'll get both of them happening at the same time.
They're really sweet. They're really sweet.
Love them.
Now, we've also got...
the rock garden.
Yeah, some really unusual miniature tulips. I mean, these are fascinating. And when you look at the different flower shapes, some of these you wouldn't even recognise as tulips, actually.
I think the majority, I'm looking at them and going, what variety is it? Yeah, I mean, they're lovely, aren't they? And the colour mix you're getting in there is gorgeous, kind of more the hot colour schemes, the oranges, the reds, the yellows, mixing in a little bit with the whites and pinks in there too. It's just a mixture of shorter growing, weird looking, in a good way, tulips. These are only ever going to get to about 20 centimetres, the majority. I think one of them can get to about 25 centimetre, but definitely just a bit unusual, a bit weird and wonderful.
Now, I've got a little rocky area, and I think that, I mean, we've called them the rock garden mix because they would look fabulous on the rocky, but again, in smaller pots and containers. You can still put them in your hanging baskets, things like that, because they are all miniature varieties, but some very, very unusual shapes to those tulips, and that colour mix. I mean, as Bex was saying, you've got like lovely oranges, reds, yellows, a little bit of pink in there as well. Just a beautiful collection. 20 bulbs, but again, it's a buy one, get two free mix and match. Now let's just show you how this works. Still got a few more available, but you can choose any of these, don't forget. You might want to go for 3 of the same. So what we've done, we've popped in the silver medley. We've gone for 2 lots. We've already put the code in there. Then we've put in, so you get your 2 free there. Then we've put in the hardy Ceanothus, and we've gone for the Rosemary there. Now that is a massive basket. So all the pots, 2 standards, crocus, you get your free bulbs there. We've put in the hardy rock garden collection and the tete-a-tetes. And if you look there, you're actually only paying for the tete-a-tete. So the rock garden are free and the crocus are free. And the end of spring mix, they're your free bulbs today anyway. So, without the code, that would cost you £136.93. Still saving £15, but you're also paying postage. Let's put the code in, YGTV4724. So add our special code. We only do this on the live shows, don't forget. Suddenly, wow. We are saving £91. And when you look, for under £90 of free delivery, you've got all of the pots, you've got all of the standards, you've got all the free bulbs, all those big price reductions. That is an incredible basket right now. Really is. Do you know what? I think in certain garden centres, you would pay that £90 just for the 4 pots. That would not be unreasonable, because that would work out £22.50 a pot. So that is a really, really incredible basket. And we did pop in there the crocus, and this is the mixed variety of crocus. One of the first bulbs to flower after your snowdrops.
Yeah, I think that's so... I love it when they flower early. They're just so brave, aren't they? And you're getting the colour mix included in here as well. So you're getting the purple, you're getting the white, you're getting the yellow included. So it's a lovely colour mix, isn't it? Plant them in pots, you can plant them in borders, you can plant them as drifts through your lawn, and they're nice small bulbs, so they're very quick and easy to plant.
And again, you can put crocus do really well around shrubs, under trees and things like that. And what I like about crocus, because one of my little things about bulbs is I don't like to see all the dead foliage, but with bulbs you do need to get them to flower next year, you do need them to die down naturally. You don't want to just hack them back, because then the bulb isn't refed, and generally speaking they won't flower. So crocus bulbs I just think are quite neat as they die down as well. They don't sort of like make a mess, but they are a beautiful, beautiful bulb. And although I love my snowdrops, most snowdrops are white, so this is normally your kind of first burst of early spring colour. And they are ideal. I tell you what, kiki pots would be great for those, wouldn't they?
Yeah, lovely. I've planted some crocus this year into, not the kikis, but similar size. And it's perfect size for them, definitely.
Yeah, hang on. There you go.
Just got stuck inside each other.
Yeah, so remember, with the kiki Ds as I call them, it's a buy one, get two free. And it's a lovely kind of powdered clay finish. They look like real terracotta, but you've got all the drainage built in there. They're frost resistant, UV resistant, built to last, but a really good size for bulbs. Because as I was saying, bulbs can look, once the bulbs go over, you kind of want them out of sight. So in little pots like this, you can have them pride of place when they're flowering, and then just put them to one side when they've gone slightly over. And it works out less than £3 each if you are in the club. £2.70 worked out, didn't it?
Yeah, about that, yeah. Well, we've got another item in the bulbs as well. Excuse me. So all of these are in the buy one get two free mix and match. The other one we've got is the anemone mix that we've got in there. So these are those lovely sort of velvety poppy-like flowers, but obviously not getting massively tall like poppies get, only getting to about 25 centimetres in height and flowering between February and May.
My mum loves anemones.
They're gorgeous, aren't
they? They are. They're very cute, and you get some. I mean, in that variety and that mix, I should say, you get some lovely colours, don't you? So they're 600 319, and as we've said several times, it is a buy one, get two, absolutely free. I think we're going to have a really busy show, actually. Thank you so much to everyone that's joined us. Now, we've also got our deal of the week right now, which is the incredible Sarcococca. I love this. It's known as Winter Gem. I know it as Christmas box, actually. That's the name I've got for it. So, or sweet box. But it's an incredible plant. I think this is an overlooked plant. A lot of people don't know this one for some reason. It is totally evergreen. It will actually grow in shade. So even pretty much full shade, it will actually grow, which is incredible. It will flower in the winter, so it starts to get into bud kind of now, and quite often it flowers at Christmas, which is amazing. And it's compact, it's slow growing, it's not fussy, but it's about the fragrance with Sarcococca. If you've never smelt it, it has a really powerful, beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And a couple of stems of this would honestly fill a room. Just got that really kind of quite a heady, intoxicating fragrance with Sarcococca. It's just beautiful. 510 563. Then we've got the Erigeans. I know this as sea holly. That's because it's a great one to grow at the seaside. Known as Blue Hobbit, this variety. And I guess it's probably been given its name Blue Hobbit because it's a lot more compact and shorter than a lot of Erigeans out there. So it'll only go to about 60, 70 centimetres. Great for mid-border. Lovely blue colour. I mean, it's quite remarkable, actually. It almost looks like it's been sprayed and painted. I mean, blue is a really rare colour in nature anyway. It's a rare colour in our gardens, but this is an outstanding electric blue. Comes from the thistle family, as you can probably see. There's Bex's last year, but it's even bigger now. 560 897 for the Erigean Blue Hobbit. Then we've got a mix and match on our standard, so you can put any two in your basket and you will get a big saving. So any two for $49.99. Choice of the hardy Ceanothus, and don't forget when we say standards, these have been grown on tall stems to give you that lovely lollipop shape, which makes them really quite unusual. You very rarely see a Ceanothus as a standard. 510199. So I'm buying the Ceanothus today, and I'm going to buy the rosemary, because I have not got any rosemary in my garden. And I don't know why, because I love rosemary. On my roast lamb, my roast potatoes. Rosemary smells lovely, but it also flowers, of course, as well. These are evergreen. They're known to be winter hardy, generally speaking, in the UK, but they will flower as well. And that is 750046 in our double up deal, mix and match. Then the Viburnum, this is one that Bex has got her eye on. It's a beautiful evergreen plant. And do you know, it does flower for many, many months in the winter. So it's just about to flower now, but we remember these were still flowering in March last year, even maybe a little bit later actually. 510191 for the Viburnum standard Eve price, 510191. And also, final one in the mix and match, double up deal, we have got our Ilex Bloom Maid. It's a holly standard. As Bex was saying, it is the female variety, so covered in berries. And they look great at Christmas, obviously, but they do look fabulous all year round. 510182. Then we are doing a buy one, get two free on our bulbs. You can choose from the Narcissi, 630, 115, 25 of those. Or you can also choose from the crocus. It's just the species mixed variety, loads of different colours there, $9.99, and you get all 40 bulbs. Then we have got the rock garden tulips. These are miniature tulips, loads of really weird and wonderful ones, and these are 600,433, $9.99. Then we have also got the Spherocephalons, the drumsticks, 100 of those, amazing value, and that is 600,137 at £9.99. Then the Chionodoxa, these were really small flowering bulb. So only about 10, 15 centimetres, but really pretty. And we give you 60 because they need to be planted in groups en masse. Definitely front of the border or pots for those. Otherwise it will get a little bit lost, but they're really pretty. 600, 155, 999. And then finally we did have the anemones. 75 bulbs, £9.99. Buy one, get two free. When you open up your anemones, you might be a bit shocked because they look like little stones, like little bits of coal, but I promise you, they turn into the most beautiful, beautiful flowers. Right, what a show we've got. Bex has just brought out loads more to tempt you with.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I have. That's it, Matt Northern. I have. You haven't? Yeah.
I have.
Oh, there's some beauties coming out.
Some really nice ones.
Yeah. But...
quick reminder.
Time for medley.
Quick reminder, we are going through the stock on this quite quickly. Hopefully there's going to be a couple left for me and Shaun to order after the show. But if you want to get hold of it now, then you need to get this in your basket because we've only got a few left. These are a great size. I love them. I love them for your standards. A shrub will go in here. Shaun and I want to get them for our twisted olive standards that we've got, the nice 1.2 metre ones. They've even got a little bit of a festive feel because they've got that brushed silver effect on there. So I think they could really work for a festive display. In fact, somebody sent us a picture of their festive display. We'll show that in a little while. But if you're even going for our potted Christmas tree, our Nordman fir that we've got on the show, that would fit in here. We had a little look this morning and it would fit in here.
Do you know what? It'd probably live in there for at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Really would. But they are on what we call closed down. Is it closed down? Run down. Oh, God. Run down's such a weird expression, isn't it? It makes me feel ill. Oh, I'm run down. That's my mum's favourite expression. You're right, Mum. Oh, I'm run down. So, no, whatever. Clearance, close out, run down. When they're gone, they're gone. We're
not getting them back, basically.
No.
So that's why they're going for that rundown, getting rid of them. It's a buy one, get one free, so they work out £6.75 each.
How many names for right, here we go. How many names for things that are on sale? There's one. On sale.
Bog off.
Reduced.
Clearance.
Never coming back.
Get rid. Run down.
Massive price reduction.
Bargain.
Yeah. A steal. So anyway, they're really good.
If you want to go to the other end of the scale, though, and you want some smaller pots, then we have got our Kiki Ds, that Shaun likes to call them, and these are great. They are our what we call terranottas. They look like terracotta. You wouldn't know the difference. They got lovely marking on them, but this is a buy one and get two free. So £8.09 in the club.
I really like those.
For all three of those. Yeah,
I like the design.
I do.
Don't you?
And these are going to work great for seasonal displays. You know what we always say about the smaller pots is that you can easily change your displays over on a seasonal basis without spending loads of money. These will work great for your dinky daffodils if you're going for the tete-a-tetes or you're going for the
Crocus.
Yeah, thank you, crocus.
Yep.
Crocus, or even the Chionodoxa. Yeah, absolutely. These would work beautifully in here.
Yeah, they really would. Oh!
You're such an idiot.
Hey, do you know what? Do you know where the terracotta... Because we've got genuine terracotta pots at the back. Do you know where these came from, some of them?
These are from Peter's, aren't they? From our head gardeners?
Yeah, but I think they're from his granddad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so now I don't even touch these, you see. No, no, they're actually from his family. I'm sure they were in his granddad's potting shed. That's our head gardener,
Peter. If we dropped that, it would crack and break.
Yeah, it would.
And these...
Yeah. And the amount, if you ever go to a garden centre and they've got displays of terracotta pots, how many of them are actually chipped and cracked? A lot. They just don't transport well. They don't cope well with the frosts and the different temperatures we now get in the UK. Now, don't forget, if you're trying to get your order to over £40, because then you get free delivery. I mean, it's not difficult today because we've got so many great deals, but get some compost. We always need compost, don't we? You always want to have some spare compost at hand. And we are doing 2 50-litre bags for £24.98, £22.48 if you're our club member. And do you know what? I love the fact that every single day, pretty much, we get great 5-star reviews for our compost. It's almost on a daily basis.
Yeah, and that's because it works so very well. What's been put into this means that it's the best compost you can have for your plants, for your outdoor plants, for your indoor plants as well. It's got a lovely, open, loose, light, airy texture, which is great for root development. If they've got space to breathe, first of all, but space to spread, then they will form this really nice, strong root structure. And a strong root structure, a strong foundation means you get bigger, better, healthier plants. You get more flowers, you get more fruit production. And that's essentially what we need, isn't it?
let's just see what reviews have come in over the last couple of days.
Let's have a look. Love seeing that.
So, last 3 reviews. Bought this many times, recommended. We bought this compost from YouGarden for approximately 6 years and always found it to be top quality at a very reasonable price. So we would not go anywhere else to buy compost. And the last review that came in on the 15th arrived in time frame as expected in good condition. So the last 3 reviews all 5-star, but the average rating is always, it's always about what, 4.5 to 4.7, 4.8.
Yeah, and that's good when you consider how many reviews there are on that as well. You know, it's amazing stuff. Oh, apparently most of our negative reviews on our compost is... Yeah. It's not to do with the quality of the compost, it's generally to do with they didn't get it in time or something or other. So the quality is always commented on as being such an amazing thing, and we know that because we use it in our gardens. We also use it here at YouGarden. We've repotted, how many roses was it?
150,000.
150,000 roses that we potted here at YouGarden in this.
And that was from a bare root, and then we sold it as a potted on rose. But yeah, that's just one of the many plants that we've grown in this compost. So it is the best. It is a commercial product. It was our secret for many years, but then we thought, hang on, why are we keeping this incredible compost? And I'm just going to say, there is still an amount of peat in here. And I know a lot of people think, oh yeah, let's go peat-free. But actually, I don't think a lot of the peat-free manufacturers are quite there yet, because we've both tried quite a few peat-free composts, and I just don't think they're quite there.
Not quite.
No.
Hopefully we'll get there. But right now, that little bit of peat that we've got in here, and it is a little bit because we've reduced it down. It makes the world of difference, you know, to feed our plants and things. So minimum amounts of the peat, but maximum results. And some of the peat that we use is renewable as well. We've got sphagnum moss peat in here that is a renewable source, so that one's great. We've also got a slow release fertiliser in here.
Yeah, I've just seen those green balls.
See if I can find you some green balls. As I run through there, you'll see those little green balls, and that's like a little coating, and it breaks down and it releases the feed into the compost. And you always say it's quite an expensive ingredient, that,
yeah,
isn't it?
It is. And we put a lot of that in our premium compost. The composted wood fibres, as we're showing you there, gives it this incredible texture. And that does mean that even seeds are going to grow very well in here. But we always say seeds, plug plants, perennials, established plants, trees. We've grown them all in this professional compost. The only thing it's not suitable for are those that are really acid loving, and we've got the ericaceous compost for that. Yeah,
there's so many reasons to go for this. And I used to be the person... years ago. I know a bit more now, but I did used to be the person that would buy the cheapest compost possible.
Yeah, I've done it sometimes.
I always just thought, you know, like... well, how much difference can it make, really? It's just dirt, isn't it? I'm not that person anymore. I just want to point that out right away. But I did used to think, it can't make that much difference, but it really does. Really does. If you think about it, that's where the plant is getting its nutrition from. That's where it's forming its root system. It's where it's reaching for the moisture. Of course, it's really important, the makeup of that compost. Of course it is.
I mean, I think as a parent, you never want to give your child the worst food possible. You wouldn't deliberately feed them with really low nutritious food,
absolutely.
Would you? So with your plants, and I think we do sometimes see our plants as
our babies.
They are, you know. We love our plants, don't we? But you want to give them their best time, and this certainly does that. We believe it makes you a better gardener overnight.
Totally.
Most of you know that already. Can I just say that the value today, because for most of you, your club members, you get it for $22.48 with free delivery. But then you'll also get your free bulbs, which are worth £7. And it is a stunning mix. It's not just kind of like you know, sort of bulbs that you just pick up anywhere. These are all kind of a twist on classics. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Absolutely. So you get the Muscari, but this is the
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon, thank you. Blue Moon variety, so it's got that lovely little lighter tip to them. You've got the dinky daffodils, the canaliculatus, and I like the colour combination, the slightly paler petals, and then that bright yellow trumpet there. And of course, you get the Saxatilis tulip, which doesn't look like a tulip, and it's a little bit shorter as well. So really lovely mix of slightly unusual varieties, as Shaun said.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And it's free.
Yeah.
As long as you use the code.
I really like that as a freebie. Really, I've got 3 packs of those right now in my greenhouse, ready to be planted. Do you know I haven't planted them? I can't decide whether I want to separate them because I've got 3 bags. So I'm going to put like all Muscari in a group and then all of the Caniculatus together and then all the tulips together, or whether I'm going to mix and match and do a bit of lasagna plants. I just can't decide.
If you've got 3 bags, do 1 bag as a lasagna and then do the others as separate, and then you've got both.
Like your style there, Bex.
There you go.
That's a good, yeah.
When you can't make a decision.
Yeah, I like that. That makes sense. Seriously, I was about to plant the other day, I just couldn't quite work out what I wanted to do with them. But you will get, I mean, even if you just buying the medley planters today, you'll get a free bag of those. And if you are placing separate orders, like, say if you've gone for 2 of the standards, and that would have taken you to an order of just under £50. That would give you 1 free bag. But then if you wanted to come back and buy some other bits and pieces, again, you'll get another free gift. We do it with every separate order, which is brilliant, isn't it? But that's worth £7. Take that off the price of your compost. You're talking $15.50 for 100 litres, which suddenly makes it really reasonable.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and like you say, you don't want to feed your plants the worst, least nutritious thing. Same with the kids. It's like their vitamin pill. It's like giving them everything that they need to really get started and have the best life.
I'm delighted. I did the whole of the pub garden. I redid it I could look after a pub garden in the village about 4 weeks ago, Stu? 5 weeks ago? And everything's planted in the compost, and it's all doing so well. It really is. It's amazing how quickly things have grown. Right, we've got a couple of fantastic products right now that are just really products that can help you in so many different ways in your garden. And we'll start with one of the top sellers, which is our ornamental spruce bark mulch.
Yeah, so
love this.
We've taken some of it out of the bag for you to show you here, but it does come in a 70-litre bag. We're not going to send it to you in trays like this. It's
quite nice. I mean, it's quite a nice tray.
It looks like. Yeah, so this is great for a couple of reasons. So first of all, right now you might want to get hold of this so that you can give some winter protection to your plants. Obviously, it's been a bit frosty the last few days. If you haven't protected those plants, now's the time to do it. Grab yourself a bag, give them that winter duvet, but also it neatens up the borders, it suppresses weeds, and if you put it in your borders where you have to walk, it stops you picking up loads of mud all over your boots and things. Great for play areas, great for lining pathways, lots of different reasons to go for that, but it might be just purely about giving your plants that extra winter protection.
But it looks really nice.
It looks really pretty,
really
yeah,
nice.
Definitely.
So I know Elaine, I don't know if Elaine's still watching, I'm sure she is.
She's got loads of that, doesn't she?
Yeah. And she's done a whole border with it, and then she's got plants, growing in that, and actually pots on top of it as well. So
perfect.
And again, I haven't got round to it, but I've got a eucalyptus tree, and underneath it is just a nightmare to grow anything. So I'm thinking of doing the whole area just in the bark, and then putting pots on top of it, because it's I'll need to put plants like the Sarcococca, plants that love shade, but it's just constantly a mess under there.
Yeah.
It really is. I just haven't got round to doing it yet. And then, oh my word, we love this.
Our other option, it can do all of the same things as the bark mulch, absolutely. So it can give that winter protection, it can suppress weeds, it can retain moisture in the ground, lots of different things. But the added benefit of going for the strulch, we'll give you the details on this one because you're still looking at the bark mulch at the moment, but the strulch will then help to protect your plants from those pesky little slugs and snails. We want the slugs and snails in our garden. They're a valuable food source, aren't they, for hedgehogs and birds and things like that. We definitely want the variety of all the animals in our garden. We just don't want them munching on the fresh growth that's going to come
And I think
through.
you're being very kind there saying there's pesky little slugs and stuff.
Yeah, they were massive this year,
massive,
weren't
aren't they?
Yeah,
those
they were
big
huge.
Orange ones, hideous.
But this will have that added benefit of keeping those away from our plants. Yeah. It's a really nice way of doing it as well because it doesn't hurt them, it doesn't harm them. And
I'm joking when I say hideous. You need slugs and snails, and the hedgehogs love them, of course, but you just don't want them to eat your precious plants. So you're going to get 2 bags of that, $36.97 or $33.27 if you are in the club. 100-149. Bex, I think it's time to read some emails out.
Okay, let me grab the iPad. Yes, because do you know what we had? A whole bunch of pictures sent to us this morning. In fact, I'm going to start with Neil, who sent this on Tuesday.
Good morning, Neil, by the way.
Good morning, Neil. He sent this saying, good morning, Bex, Shaun and Stuart. Here's a photo of how my garden looked after the snow on Monday night. Oh. I love the way it can make a garden look magical. Growing up in the countryside, I don't mind the snow at all. And how magical does that look? Hey. I love that. I love waking up to a blanket of snow in the morning.
That, to me, that's a Christmas card, isn't it?
I mean, it melted pretty quick, but it was nice to see it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm with you, Neil. I really enjoyed seeing the snow because I'd say it's been a long time since
Love
seen
that.
snow.
So you don't have to wait until the day of the show to send us any pictures. If you take a picture and you want to send it in, it'll be here waiting for us. Alison has sent one in as well.
Morning,
Thank you,
Alison.
She says her winter jasmine is doing great this year. And we do love the winter jasmine.
Yeah. And we've got a pink version on the show today.
Yes.
But winter
There's still a jasmine though. Oh, we've got two. We've got the pink jasmine and we've got a jasmine nudiflorum.
Yeah.
Oh, he's picking holes now, isn't he, eh? Stu's picking holes. Yeah. That looks lovely, Alison. Thank you. Penny says, and we've got a picture of Daisy as well. The last leaves on my Acer, and also Daisy in the picture as well. Morning, Daisy. Hello.
Oh, do you know what? Those final leaves, what a stunning colour that Acer is.
They're such a beautiful colour, aren't they? And against that, whatever grass that is she's got in the background, that is really standout.
Love that.
Yeah, really pretty.
Cute.
Right, what have we got next? Oh, Penny sent another one. She says, I can't remember what this is, but it's lovely at this time of year. I don't know what it is, but I reckon it's potentially some form of holly. It's not spiky like a holly, but there's so many different varieties of holly. I don't know, because you've got the berries in there as well. They look like holly berries.
I think it's just a skimia that's got.
Do you reckon a skimia maybe?
I think it's just a skimia. Yeah, it's a skimia.
Could be, but yeah, it looks amazing. Yeah. You're right, absolutely.
That's a skimia. I can't remember the variety, but it really does produce those berries for a long period.
Elaine, good morning to you, my lovely. She sent us nice.
Oh, Elaine!
Pictures. I feel like these are hellebores, aren't they? Yeah, look, there's a hellebore flower there.
Yay!
Love that.
And they're fine in the frost. They like a bit of cold. Don't worry.
They don't mind at all. I think there's another one from Elaine. Oh yeah, there's the clump of the.
I tell you what,
the hellebores there.
The ornamental bark looks nice as well.
It does, doesn't it? Very good. Well done. And finally, this is the Christmas display. I saw this pop through earlier. So Dave says, it says Christmas display pictured today for you.
Oh, hang on, Dave.
Love it. Okay, so he's got his Christmas tree. He's got hellebores. That is the camellia as well. That's the camellia. Hellebores in the infinity planters. That's
is that
the Sarcococca there.
Do you know what? That is the perfect Christmas display.
I reckon he's got two Sarcococcas there. I think he's got a Sarcococca on either side, 3 hellebores around the front, camellia, and then Christmas tree.
Dave, you nailed it.
That is perfect, yeah.
Absolutely love that.
Beautiful, well done.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Are you going to put any lights on the tree there? As a question.
That'd be lovely.
Love that. What? To me, that was perfect, wasn't it? Right, we're going to go back to our favourite September. Thank you so much. We love those pictures, don't we?
Love it. If you want to send any, the email address is on the bottom of the screen there, ygtv@yougarden.com. If you want to send us any pictures of what's going on in your garden, we are always very grateful to receive them.
We are, and we steal all your ideas. Dave, I'm doing a winter display. Just like yours. No, but I mean, jokes apart, that's what we love about this show and we love about our garden community because it is about sharing. It's about sharing ideas, sharing knowledge, sharing experiences, and sometimes sharing the things that haven't worked as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's always good. I mean, that's why I love being part of a garden club. That it's just great to share successes, and the odd failure as well. Not that we've had many of those this year. Not with YouGarden, because if you do have a failure, if you ever buy a plant that has got what we call the accolade of being fully winter hardy, and you'll see we have a little snowflake symbol. So any plant that you buy from us that is fully winter hardy, if it does die on you, we will replace it for free.
We will.
Is brilliant.
As long as we've got it in stock and we still supply it, we will replace it free of charge. What happens if we don't still supply it? I guess we offer an alternative, probably.
I bet we offer something similar.
I bet we offer an alternative.
Yeah. But all you pay is the postage. So do bear in mind, any of our fully winter hardy plants, that's pretty much nearly everything on the show today.
Yeah, I think so.
If it does die on you, then, I mean, there's no other way of putting it, is there? If it does die on you, we will replace it for free, and all you pay is the postage.
Oh, Stu's having to contact a customer because they've not done something.
I know what they've not done. The code? Yeah, you've not put the code in.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, it wouldn't have come up on the list.
What haven't they done?
On Stu's list if they didn't put the code in. Oh, they put a packet of bulbs in the basket and not put the other 2 in. Yeah, so they only put 1 packet of bulbs in their basket.
Oh.
But it's a mix and match, so it's a buy 1, get 2 free. So you don't just want to buy 1 pack of bulbs, but because it's a mix and match, you have to put the 3 you want into your basket. So yes, Stu's going to get back in touch with whoever that person is.
Don't worry, Stu is just messaged customer services, so we're going to sort that out for you.
Oh, well done.
So if ever you do, I mean, I once messed up an order. I forgot to put the code in. I had a big glass of wine. I'd placed 8 orders that day. I was just collecting the free gift. It was 3 bulbs, actually, crocus, I remember it very clearly. And on the 9th order, I forgot to put the code in. But our customer services are brilliant at putting everything right for you.
Yes, definitely.
So never worry about that. Right, we're going to go back to your favourites, and the Helleborus, the Christmas rose, has been incredibly popular. I mean, these are, and I have seen, there's a supermarket near where I live, and they're selling Helleborus. They're nothing like ours.
No.
They're not.
Absolutely. These are great quality, and this is the Christmas rose. It has been bred specifically for its flower power, so it's been bred to give you more flowers and a longer flowering season as well. Perfect festive alternative for the Christmas period.
Yeah, and you say, yes, they belong outside, nice shady, semi-shady areas, but last year I did have them inside over Christmas, made some lovely displays, and they looked quite magical. What I really can say about Helleborus as well, they are pretty easy to grow. They're not
very easy. Barely anything you need to do to them. Put them in a sort of semi-shady position, I think, is the best place. But just leave them to do their thing.
Yeah.
Just leave them alone.
And I know we need to move on, but very quickly, the flowers on here go through a real journey in terms of colour. So they come out white, but then you get these lovely kind of pinks and creams and greens. I mean, they just are beautiful. So if you want to go for those, really popular today, 3, 4, 16.99, 15.29 for club members. Right, Olwyn, bye Olwyn.
Bye Olwyn. I hope you feel better, lovely. She was saying earlier in the chat that she wasn't feeling very well this morning, so I hope you feel better soon.
Right, Aster's next.
Yeah, Aster Frikartii Monch here as well. So this is a really gorgeous variety. It gets a little bit taller than Asters that you might know. Mine are, the lower growing variety, but late flowering, and this is exactly the same. So late flowering, but a little bit taller, probably getting to a good point, maybe 60 centimetres in height. I would plant these probably in the middle of a border or towards the front if you want to, and they'll gently sort of tumble forwards, which I really like. If you want them to stay upright, plant them in amongst other plants that will give them that lovely support that they need. Award-winning, perfect for pollinators, winter hardy, perennial, so many boxes ticked here.
And a favourite of Shaun Ryan's mum.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, that's all. I should have led with that. I totally should have led with that. That's exactly why you should get these.
My mum's partially sighted, so we've got to be a bit more careful what we put in her garden, and she's got that. And she can see it right from her little conservatory because it's just a blaze of purple. She loved it.
Yeah.
Right, Sarcococca next. Deal of the week. And I do think it's one of the most sort of like underrated plants because you don't see it that often, do you?
No,
I don't know why.
You don't, and I don't know why. It's half price deal for you today. So it's, I mean, that's mine last year.
So endorsed by Bex Edwards.
Absolutely. So there you go. That's all the reason you need.
True.
I love the flowers you get on here, and they do grow along the stem. Really interesting. But it's the fragrance for me. The fragrance I get from these flowers in winter is amazing. But it has so many other attributes. It's evergreen. It grows in almost any soil, and can pretty much cope in any position you put it in. It'll be fine in a full sun position. It'll also cope in a full shade position as well.
And that is incredible. We often forget that will do well even in shade. So brilliant plants. Slow growing. I mean, I've had mine for a few years, and it only goes 10, 15 centimetres a year.
Yeah, not much at all.
But it's beautiful and would make a great centrepiece for those medley planters, as we're saying. And if you are a club member, you can grab that today, £8.99. Phenomenal. That's really good for Sarcococca.
Love it.
I think that's the best price we've ever done. And you would still get your free bulbs worth $6.99 as well. Right. Eryngium next, sea holly.
My top tip for the show. This is my favourite. I love this one. I mean, there's so many top tips, but I'm picking this one. This is the one. This is the one I want you to add into your basket. If you haven't got this in your garden already, I highly, highly recommend it. It genuinely turns that colour. And I'm always a bit dubious. I'm naturally a little bit...
Because it doesn't look almost real, does it?
It doesn't look real, absolutely.
It looks sprayed.
I am naturally acidic when it comes to these things, so I was very pleased.
Acidic?
Cynic.
Oh, I thought you said
cynical.
I thought you said acidic. I was like...
cynical.
She's gone on location or something.
No, I mean, when you look at it, can you see? Look, it's got what looks like the flower spikes on there, but they're that green colour, and you look at it and you think there's no way that is going to turn into that, and it does. It's ridiculously easy to look after. I planted it in my garden a couple of years ago, and it's really starting to fill out now. It started off just as one or two little stems, and now it's really starting to fill out. That's early stages.
God.
You've definitely got a newer one, Stu. Maybe one of the still images, one of the still pictures that I sent you.
And it's a really popular choice by florists as well.
Email them to YGTV now.
Yeah, go on. Let's get the latest. But you can dry these. You can pick them as flowers and dry them. They are from the thistle family. They're a little bit prickly when you touch them, but they look amazing. And this Erigeum is a smaller, compact variety. You can get some huge ones, actually. But this one only goes about 60, 70 centimetres. But it's all about the colour for me. And what an amazing shape to the flower. It's really architecturally beautiful, that one.
Yeah, I absolutely adore it. So this is it. When did I take this
picture? That's better.
This one, actually this is still an old one as well, 21st of October 2023 that picture was taken. And actually you can see it with can you see at the back there, I've got my, oh my word, what's that plant called? Minus Merlot.
Minus Merlot, I can just see it.
But yeah, look at the colour that you're getting from that. It genuinely does turn that beautiful blue colour. And this was October, so you can see it's starting to go over just, down at the bottom there. But you've still got those beautiful, bright blue colours from it.
And I tell you, that blue next to the Minus Merlot, which is like a reddy burgundy, actually looks really good, doesn't it?
I mean, it's a stunning plant.
Yeah.
I adore it, honestly. That's the video we showed you.
So we're so pleased to have the Erigeum, the Blue Hobbit, a smaller variety, stunning colour, and great for coastal gardens as well. I know my garden's not coastal, but it's quite exposed. 560, 897. Then we've also got one of my, if I was to pick a favourite perennial in my garden, this has got to be top three, the hardy geraniums. And I think it's because
I agree.
It was a challenging year gardening wise, wasn't it? We've had lots of wet weather, we've had some things that haven't maybe done quite so well, but geraniums are just such warriors in the garden. I think they're a bit like begonias, and you're bedding begonias. Very different plants, but begonias this year
just do their thing.
Yeah, and some people have still got begonias looking great. Hardy geraniums are still looking great in people's gardens right now, and they've been flowering since May time. And again, they are not high maintenance. Any type of soil, pretty much any position. I mean, I've even grown these in fairly low light.
Yeah, let's just say they're complete warriors, very low maintenance. Pollinators love them, and they flower for months, and they come back for you year after year after year as well. So any gaps in borders, fill it with a geranium. Any hardy, I mean, this one is the one we've got, and Tiny Monster is beautiful, but just fill those gaps with geraniums, because they will flower for months on end and they take very little work from you.
And some plants that are real warriors are also invasive. These aren't.
No.
So you can control them easily.
Yeah.
And Bex and I, we're ashamed to say, but we did not feed or deadhead our hardy geraniums pretty much at all, and they still look great.
They still look amazing. Up until the last couple of days where we've had this frost, mine have been the standout plant in my garden for the whole of October and into November as well.
And our head gardener, Peter McDermott, he's got loads of hardy geraniums.
There you go. So we must be onto a winner.
Yeah, it's true.
If he's got them.
Yeah. And Peter, he's a head gardener, and his knowledge is
vast.
It is vast. It is far bigger than Bex and I's. Probably bigger than ours put together. But he's been a gardener since he's worked professionally as a gardener since
he's been in the business for a long time, hasn't he?
And the fact that he has got loads of hardy geraniums in his garden, I think that says a lot, doesn't it?
It does, definitely.
Yeah, so get those. It's called Tiny Monster, 3 9cm pots for £9.99, £5.66 for one. Right, got some new beers.
Okay, yeah, so which one are we starting with? Stu?
Yeah.
They're both pink. The Trachelospermum, this is the Star Jasmine, but this is pink. So it's your first ever evergreen pink Star Jasmine, which is amazing, isn't it? I mean, I love it.
Because we've got the white one, haven't we?
I love it, and I love the white one, and I love it as a climber because it's evergreen. I've got wisteria. It drops its leaves. It's looking pretty shocking at the moment. But this one, it kind of looks good all year round, which is why I adore it. Relatively slow growing. It's not going to it's not going to fill a space massively quickly, but I'm happy to accept that because I've got those leaves on there all year round. At this time of year as well, in fact, it's starting to do it on this one.
Oh yeah, could you see? Look.
You get some bronze tinges to the leaves as well. So for the rest of the year, you have these glossy green leaves on there, but at this time of year, you get those bronze tinges. Now, you would expect when a plant turns, you know, these bronze colours, it's going to drop its leaves, but no, it doesn't on here. And then in summertime, right in the height of summer, July, August, you get those jasmine flowers, and these are pink flowers, and the fragrance is mind-blowing.
No, so we've both got the white version of this, and it is an amazing plant. I did make a slight mistake with mine. I moved it.
Yeah, I did the same.
And I didn't give it enough light.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so...
I know, I had mine in a spot where it wasn't getting enough light, and so I dug it up and put it into one of our tower pots, and then it sulked on me for a year.
Okay.
Didn't do much for a year, but it's so happy now. It was the perfect thing to move
But it does like a lot of sun.
It does, definitely. Plant it in a nice, sunny spot.
And I always think there are so many climbers, as Bex kind of alluded to, that just look nothing in the winter.
Yeah.
So many lose the leaves. Like clematis, you just got a few straggly stems at the moment, haven't you? But this looks great all year round.
Yeah.
And I actually grew Thunbergia at mine this year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be quite nice.
You don't sound sure.
No, well, no, I was just thinking about it, but actually I can see it.
Yeah, it just gave it a little bit of extra colour, I suppose.
Yeah, I like it.
But it's a beautiful plant, but to get the pink is really unusual, and it's only $9.99.
I like the idea of this for an outside space. You know, when you've got a lovely pergola outside space, you use it a lot in the summertime, but having it covering that in the winter, I'm not saying you're going to go and sit out there for ages, but just having something to look at, it might make you go out and spend a bit more time out there during the winter.
And they are slow growing, so to get this size, really quite well established in a 2-litre pot is amazing. That is brand new. First time we've had it on YouGarden TV.
Look at the price.
I know.
You're saving £20. It's a third of our usual price, so that is fantastic.
So I'm tempted with that now.
You might want to get two, particularly if you're growing it up something.
I'm just thinking you could grow that with the white, couldn't you?
Yeah.
That'd look good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
White and pink.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, also another newbie.
Oh yeah, witch hazel, the ruby glow. I love the flowers on here, that picture. That looks to me like, I don't know, it looks like some weird creature, doesn't it? I quite like it. It's very exotic and weird looking. But this actually grows the flowers on the bare stems. And you know how much of a fan I am of anything that grows flowers on bare stems. I just think it's... How does that happen? How does that happen? It's amazing.
It always just makes the flowers stand out so much more. You know, that's why I love magnolias. They do exactly the same.
Look at it. That just looks like some weird creature, doesn't it? It looks like, I don't know, some really colourful... I don't want to say it in case anybody hates them.
Do you know what?
I like it though. Get those ribbons of petals on there, and it happens on those bare stems, which is beautiful. Love it. It's a nice slow-growing shrub. It does prefer... Look, how wonderful is that? It does prefer a slightly ericaceous soil. I don't think you need to worry too much, but if you can add a little bit of ericaceous into the planting hole, I don't think that would go amiss, basically. But it does like shaded roots, so a bit like clematis. When you're planting a clematis, it wants to be in a full sun position, as does... Well, this will cope with sun or part shade, but it definitely wants you to keep its roots in a shaded spot.
And it does remind me a little bit of the Loropetalum, the Chinese witch hazel. Same with flowers, you know what I mean?
I see exactly what
they're related somewhere along the line, I'm sure. But yeah, you've got those lovely kind of ribbon type flowers. There they are. Amazing.
I love it.
I'm tempted with this one.
There is a fragrance to it as well. So the fragrance on this will be sort of a citrusy, a spicy citrus is basically what sort of fragrance you'll get from this one.
But it's fascinating, and it's only £19.99, £7.50.
I love
it. If you have just joined us, good morning, welcome to IGTV. We would love you to be part of our live stream, so you can contact us on, of course, Facebook. You can join the group chat rather on YouTube. You can email us ygtv@yougarden.com. You can send in pictures, comments, questions. I'm Shaun Ryan. You can follow me on socials, Shaun Ryan, presenter and plant man. I tend to do mostly stuff on Facebook, but a little bit on Instagram. And of course got Bex. You can follow Bex. Rebecca Bex Edwards. And I like that because all Rebecca's friends call her Bex. So I just feel Rebecca sounds wrong.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in trouble when you call me.
Yeah, I've known you Bex for 20 years.
Yeah.
Bex.
I'm on TikTok as well, by the way. So if you want to find me, I'm Bex Edwards on TikTok too. TikTok too.
TikTok too. Right, your free gift today. These are some very important messages if you are new. So first of all, every single live show has a special code, and that code, it lasts for a few weeks. YGTV 4724. You always have to put the off code in your basket because it's like a magic key, it unlocks all the different promotions. It'll also give you free postage when you spend over £20. And what we like to do, and we've done it pretty much in every show, we like to give you a free gift. And today's free gift, I think, is a beauty because it's a collection of bulbs, and these are like a twist on the classic. So you'll know Muscari, but this is Blue Moon, and it's got a different colour tip to it. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, I like it. It's going to really highlight those flowers. Big fan of grape hyacinths anyway. My nan used to have them. She had a massive garden. It was beautiful.
Oh.
And in sort of March, April time, these would just fill the garden. I love them.
And then you've got the Caniculatus. They're like mini little daffodils, loads of tiny flowers. They only go to about 20 centimetres, really pretty. And I love this brand new tulip.
I know, it's
the Saxatilis.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Sort of shorter as well, only getting to about 20 centimetres in height. So lovely, actually. You've got three, shorter varieties in there.
And they're free. And if you place several separate orders, you'll get several separate packs of bulbs. And it's still a great month to plant bulbs. I mean, I wouldn't do it today because your ground's probably frozen. But next week, everything's going to warm up a bit. But November is a great time to plant bulbs.
Still plenty of time.
And actually, you're probably going to be planting a lot of these bulbs in pots, and you can even do that today, couldn't you? If you're brave enough to go out in the colder, you've got a greenhouse pot and shed, you could plant them in pots. The pots are flying, by the way. The medal is, it's a buy one, get one free. You're going to get two for $13.49 for club members. These are wonderful, aren't they?
Great size. I mean, lovely decoration as well, actually.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, because it's got a brushed silver pattern there. You've got that sort of, is it a fleur-de-lis? Not quite, but almost.
It's
sort of along those
inspired by.
lines. Yeah, but that brushed silver look to them, and I mean, these are going to work at any time of year, but they've definitely at this time of year got a bit of a festive touch to them as well. Great depth here, which if you are going for any of our standards, I've made this mistake before. When you plant a standard, if you don't plant it in a deep enough pot, if you get a slightly windy day, they easily blow over.
So right, I've had that as well.
Yeah, it does.
Really
it's really important to get the slightly deeper pots for them, but it's also going to work for any of the larger shrubs that you want to plant, because they will live in here for such a long time.
Can I just get the Christmas tree?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because Dave showed us his Christmas
all right.
display. Right, let me just...
Well, let me move that plant out of the way. Hang on. Making a right pig's ear of it. Hold on. There you go.
Because we tried this earlier. And, hang on.
That's what I just said. Sure your back's up to it.
That, I think, looks... Yes, I had a bad back. No! That's gone. Peter Pan's back.
That is the Peter Pan of shopping telly. That was his name for years, because he's always had this baby face. Yeah. Even now, he's 78. He looks amazing.
I know. Do you think?
But he's always had a baby face, so we always used to call him the Peter Pan of shopping telly.
It's all like, it's that healthy lifestyle, you see.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Always been teetotal.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm
You're pretty healthy.
I'm not bad.
You're not.
I'm not bad.
Yeah.
Everything in moderation, isn't it? Don't you think that looks great?
It's perfect. It's the perfect size for it. And if you want to get hold of the Christmas trees, by the way, this is the Nordman fir, so it is available. Is it? I take it it's pre-order though.
No.
Are they in stock now?
They're in stock, yeah, because they're potted.
Yeah. Of course. So they're ready to be dispatched. There you go. It's going to come to you about a metre to a metre 20 tall.
And it'd probably sit about there actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
So this is great because it's pot grown, which is an important point. There are certain, this has lived in its pot for most of its life. There are some places where you will buy a potted Christmas tree, and that is very different. It's literally just been dug up out of the ground and put into a pot now.
They're normally slightly wonky because they've been literally shoved in the pot by machinery. Seriously.
But it's important, like if you want a healthy, happy tree, one that has been grown in its pot for most of its life, like these have, is going to be much better. One that's been ripped out of the ground and put in a pot now is going to have some transplant shock. You're going to bring it into your centrally heated home. It's probably going to drop a load of needles. Because this has been grown in its pot, it does mean that you've got a better quality, unlikely to drop as many needles in your home over this festive period. But then you can take it outdoors, and it's pretty much the last Christmas tree you'll buy for many years at least.
And the Nordman fir is my personal favourite because it is thicker, it's softer, it's fuller. As Bex said, it doesn't drop the needles, but it is a potted tree anyway. And slow growing, so going to go a few centimetres each year, so you're going to have this for many, many years. And just so much environmentally more friendly to actually buy a potted Christmas tree. Not buying one that's been chopped down. I think it's all really.
I haven't got one, We still have an artificial tree. Maybe it's time. Maybe this year's the time to invest in a real tree.
That's a real. Do you know what? I wouldn't want to carry that from a nursery.
No.
I really wouldn't. I'm glad we deliver that. And don't forget, if you spend over £40, so one other item added to your basket and you get free delivery on that tree as well.
Jumper's covered in bits.
Oh, look at the state of me now.
It's all right,
Where did that come from?
I don't know. It doesn't show up too much on camera.
Does it not?
All right, so we were talking about the pots, weren't we? So the tree would go perfectly if you are thinking about getting the tree and going for a bit of a festive display. That's the medley.
Right,
We've also got the smaller ones. So if you want to go for the other end of the scale and just go for a slightly smaller pot, we've got the Kikis, which are fantastic, aren't they?
Do you know what? Your free bulbs would go great in those.
Yeah, definitely.
All of them. Wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would. I was just thinking, would you put, how many in there? 20?
20.
Maybe between two.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, between two.
I think
It'd be too full if you put them all in one.
Yeah.
And then you've got one left over to do something else with.
Yeah, but they're lovely.
I mean, Helleborus would be quite nice in here, actually.
Oh,
pack of 3 Hellebores, you're getting 3 of these because it's buy one, get 2 free. So Helleborus would work quite nicely in these as well.
Really? Actually, I'm going to get one back.
Make sure that you, with this one, it's a buy one, get 2 free, so put 1 in your basket, enter the code, the other 2 will appear in your basket. But only if you use that code there, the YGTV4724. When you place your order on the website, there's a little box that says, do you have an offer code? That's the offer code that you put in order to get your freebies here. You got one?
Yeah, I think you just did that in there is perfect. That's it.
Lovely size.
Yeah. And if you've got, maybe if you bought our ornamental bark, a bit of that sprinkled around it.
Yeah, lovely.
Lovely. That's a great look at that for a lovely winter display.
Nice gift as well,
Really nice gift.
I'm starting to think about all the Christmas presents, what we're going to be getting people. Of course, my job is gardening, so they're all getting plants.
Do you know what I did yesterday? Oh, this is just so me. So, I've got a goddaughter called Laura, and I did go to garden centre yesterday. Didn't buy any plants, obviously.
No.
But on the way out, got to the till and I was just walking past, and then they had these lovely reindeers with a globe underneath full of sweets.
Okay.
So I get that for Laura. And what did I do last night?
Did you eat them all?
Not all, but I opened it because I realised you could open it and there was no seal on it, so you could screw the top off. I thought I could just take one.
Just have one. Fancy one of them.
Anyway, now I'm going to have to refill it. So that's the top tip. Don't buy Christmas sweets quite yet because you'll end up eating them all if you're like me.
That's what the supermarkets rely on. So they've had the offers, haven't they?
Yeah,
in the supermarket for ages. They're like, buy these. And when you check the dates, you're like, but it's not even going to keep till Christmas. So they want you to buy it and eat it and go back and buy some more.
But I do love the idea of giving plants for Christmas gifts. Yeah. And that is a really affordable Christmas gift. It's lovely, really is. So don't forget, if you want the Kiki planters, you get buy one, get 2 free at just £8.99 or £8.09. Just use the code YGTV4724. Right. Oh, I want to do the poppy. Can we do the poppy?
I thought you said puppies then. No, you said poppies.
Why would I say puppy bags?
I don't know why you would say
Why
that.
would you think puppy?
No idea.
Why would Bex think Poppy sounded like puppy? Has she got a puppy on the brain? We ask ourselves. Get on, share the
If
news.
my mum's watching, she's going to kill me.
Oh, does she not know?
I don't care. I bought a puppy.
Yay! She's going to be a mum again.
I'm going to have a puppy.
I'm really excited for it. The puppy's gorgeous.
I mean, it's stupid. I can't believe I've done it.
No, it's not.
Getting a puppy.
Yeah.
Next Friday. Pick the puppy up. So get ready for some puppy spam.
What name?
Don't know yet. My husband's calling him Clive. I'm not sticking with that name. No, we're not sticking with that one.
But he's beautiful, he is.
He is gorgeous.
So that's why Bex thought I said
puppy.
Puppy on the brain.
Puppy.
But no. I said poppy.
I'm so excited. So excited.
So, are you as excited about the poppy as you are the puppy?
Of course.
Good.
Especially Patty's plum.
Correct answer.
This one is a beautiful poppy. The colour of it is like, I say this every time, but it is like an antique silk, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a really deep, gorgeous, purpley, maroony coloured bloom here. And that, for me, that's the picture. That's the garden I want. That's my dream garden right there. Oh, look at it.
I must
the
admit,
centre of a poppy is amazing.
Yeah, that's how I'm trying to get mine to look like that. It's not quite there yet, but you're right. And there's something quite majestical about this one. It's blousy, it's full. Colour is stunning. I love the centres, don't you?
Yeah. Centres make them really interesting.
Yeah.
They last for ages as well, so they can flower and they can last for a good sort of 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So you can have those flowers for a long time. Once you plant these, and these are potted, by the way, so that means they're going to get established a little bit quicker.
Yeah,
you
should definitely get flowers next year.
Definitely. So you start with a few flowers, but obviously as they establish and they get more established, you'll get even more flowers from them. Very low maintenance, very easy to grow, but very bold. They're tough, they're hardy, they're robust. If you cut them back after their first flowering, which is in around sort of May and June time, if you cut them back, you can often get a second flourish
and
of
don't
flowers.
be scared. You can chop them right back to the ground.
Yeah.
Like, don't be scared. And that's what Mum does with hers.
Absolutely.
And quite often she will get a second flourish late summer.
And the beautiful thing about poppies, I think, as well, is that they really don't tend to suffer with any kind of pests and diseases. Like, they don't tend to suffer too much at all.
Occasionally they need a little bit of support.
Yeah.
But not all
Not
the
often.
time, no. But they're beautiful. And that particular variety, the Patty's plum, is just stunning in terms of shape, colour, just glorious. And So I do remember, and I haven't got this particular variety, but I do remember seeing it on the nursery in flower, and it's just incredible. And it is that silky satin look, but very easy to do, like a sunny spot. They like a sunny spot. But great if you want to try to create that country cottage garden. And a lot of garden designers plant in threes, and these are all, say, packs of threes. Right, Echinacea green twist. I grew this year.
It's good,
have you
isn't
grown
it?
it before?
I had it. I did have it. I don't know what's happened to it.
That's just what I'm thinking.
It's probably mixed in there somewhere because it filled my borders so much. Yeah, no, this one's a great one. It's the colour combination, isn't it? That's quite amazing, and it is incredible that it does grow with those colour combinations. The more it gets established, the more bright those colours come. The lime green around the edge, the purple, and then that great big cone in the centre. I like Echinacea because the flowers last for ages, both on the plant and as a cut flower as well.
And we've both got different varieties of Echinacea, but the green twister, it is the most striking, it is the most unusual, it does stand out, and it is a perennial that will come back, of course.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, and winter hardy. So.
Totally winter hardy. It's got the Royal Horticultural Society badge of perfect for pollinators. It's just dead easy, this one. It ticks all the boxes you would want from a perennial plant in your garden.
And I know we saw some amazing pictures of the green twister from some of our viewers this year, some outstanding displays, really unusual colour scheme, 56407. And again, the benefit of planting it now is you get it established, and that means you will get even bigger displays next year. It's a really good time to plant your perennials right now. Now, there is another one coming up, actually, isn't there? There's a purple one.
It's the Purpureus Magnus, isn't it? Excuse me. So it's this one. You could go for both. Honestly, they would work really nicely together. The colour combinations work perfectly. It's another one that's 3 9-centimetre pots, so it's exactly the same deal. $9.99 for all three, or $8.99 if you're in the club.
And Adam Wilcott, who's one of our other garden experts, he's done whole borders of Echinacea.
Yeah,
and
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, they look really good on
for
mass.
ages. Between June, July, August, into September, and each flower lasts for weeks and weeks on end.
And as we said, the pollinators love an Echinacea, as do we. $5.60, $8.96, $9.99, $8.99 is a discount club price. And again, just keep using that code YGTV4724. Right, something new now.
Yes. This one is new, but we both quite like this one, don't we?
I love it. I'm like, why haven't I got that in my garden? Because I love my nandinas. We both love nandinas.
Yeah. Oh, my nandina looked great this morning, all frosty.
Yeah, same here.
Loved it this morning.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, I've really enjoyed having a cold snap because it's just sometimes the seasons nowadays all blend into one. It's all grey and boring. So it's actually quite nice to have a cold snap. But this is new, and I want you to have a look at the colours of the foliage, because it's called Kaleidoscope. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, look at that price.
I didn't know it was only $7.99.
Right, check out the size first.
Yeah.
Check out the size of that. It's in a 2-litre pot. It's brand new to us here on YGTV.
Wow.
It is only £7.99 or £7.19 if you're in the club. Look at the foliage colour that you've got on there.
So Bex and I had a bit of a conversation about this. It's called Abelia, but the variety is Kaleidoscope. And we had a conversation like, why haven't we got that? So we were looking at things that maybe would put us off. So we're thinking, does it need an ericaceous compost?
No, is the answer.
Which is great. So you don't need special soil. Then we're thinking, is it hardy?
Yes, it is. Fully winter hardy.
Yeah.
So it's got a lifetime guarantee.
So is it evergreen? We say semi-evergreen,
We say
don't we?
semi-evergreen, so the chances are, depending on where you plant it, it will actually keep its foliage. You know, for semi-evergreens, if you put them somewhere slightly sheltered, they tend to keep most of their leaves.
To get that amount of colour at this time of year, it's fantastic, isn't it?
And the thing is, you're going to get blooms from this as well. There you go. So in summertime, so anyway, between June and sort of October, you get these dainty sort of pinkish white blooms on there, and they come from really tight sort of pink buds, and they actually have quite an impressive scent to them as well. Relatively compact habit here. We're talking probably metre and a half. So really great one for putting into mixed border. But for me, it's that foliage. I mean, look at it.
I know.
That foliage colour that you get on here. You get a range of it through the seasons. In spring it starts as a bright sort of yellow and green. It intensifies through the summer, and then in autumn you get these oranges and reds as well. So there's lots to talk about.
What's not to like?
Yeah, definitely. See why it's been called Kaleidoscope.
Yeah. So that's in a basket. That's brand new. When we were both a bit kind of.
I heard that in stereo then. Both Stu and Shaun said it at exactly the same time. Pop that in your basket.
We did. And we were like, we'd never seen it before until this week. It is a brand new one on the nursery, but at that price, I would pay $17.99 for that.
Yeah, especially the size. Look at the size you're getting.
$7.99.
$7.99. It's nearly a half-price deal.
I would love to have that in my garden right now. So that is on my list. Absolutely, 100%.
It's gorgeous.
I have got a long list. I'm going for. I'm in the mood for spending today. I am.
I don't think I can. I've just bought a dog. I think I have to.
Rein it in.
Might have to cut it back.
So I'm going to go for the standard rosemary, the standard Ceanothus, definitely the Abelia. What else do I want? I do want
You've
some.
got your Christmas rose, haven't you? So you're all right with that.
I'm quite tempted to buy the Christmas tree. But anyway, whatever you want, don't forget, you can just shop the show right now. And if you get your order to over £40, you get free delivery. We've got so many different offers available.
Oh, blue
I'm
Hobbit.
tempted with the Eryngium, I am.
Yeah, get the Eryngium. Love the Eryngium.
I want some more bulbs. Do I need more bulbs?
Hey, you always need more bulbs.
At that
Get
price.
your bulbs.
At that price,
your bulbs.
I can't resist, actually. Really can't. Now, we've also got some heathers for you right now. And do you know, I was just thinking, this nursery. Well, actually, we'll come to heathers in a second because we've got a story. But before we do it, we have got Daphne, Perfume Princess. Again, a stunning plant when it comes to fragrance, this one.
Well, it's one of the most fragrant, isn't it? I mean, it's actually quite amazing how beautifully fragrant the flowers on this are. So it's the largest and earliest flowers of any Daphnes. You have purple buds that open to pink and then fade to white. You've got an evergreen shrub here. It's hardy. It's fully winter hardy. And it's the perfect size for putting into pots as well as in borders. Now, when I said the flowers are large, the flowers can be up to 4 times larger than other Daphne varieties. And this is why this is potentially one to go for over and above other Daphne varieties. We have another Daphne variety on the show and it is beautiful, but this one does have larger flowers. You get clusters along along the entire length of the stem as well. It's a relatively... look,
I know.
I mean, that's beautiful,
isn't it?
Really, it's quite slow growing, but I like that because it's not going to take over, particularly if you're planting it into borders with other plants. And as much as it will work in a full sun position, it can actually cope in a slightly shady position as well.
And I know my mum had this one in her last garden. It was on the driveway, and I just remembered parking on a driveway to see her opening the door, and the fragrance was just magnificent.
It is, yeah.
Really magnificent. Evergreen as well.
Evergreen, and it forms into it naturally forms into a nice sort of neat rounded shrub.
I agree.
So it's not one that requires loads and loads of maintenance. It's really minimal when it comes to any kind of pruning.
But because they're slow growing, again, they do command a price, but that is an amazing price to get this size in a 13 centimetre top. Now we're going to move on to some heathers next. And actually, the nursery where we work, this is YouGarden, 11 acres of gorgeous plants. But as you drive in, and sadly it's not open to the public, we occasionally do like an open day, and we'd love to do that maybe next year for a few of you. But as you drive in, there's loads of heathers on the side. I think it used to be a nursery that just specialised in heathers, didn't it?
Yeah, I seem to remember. Was it Peter that told us about this?
Yeah, hence all the heathers outside. But don't they look amazing?
I love heathers. In fact, my mum has just replanted, because she's got 2 large gardens. The front garden is quite large and the back garden is quite large. And obviously she's getting on a bit. She's still very active, but 2 big gardens is really tough for her to look after. So she's actually replanted all of the front garden, and she's put loads of heather in the front garden. And it is gorgeous. I love it. And when I go walking in the Peak District, there's one particular walk I do in the Peak District, and it's up, I can't remember the name of it, but you go up, and it is filled with heather. And if you go at the right time of year, the fragrance that you get from heather is incredible.
And they really do look good on mass.
Yeah, I love it on mass like that. I mean, they're evergreen, they're ground cover, you get flower power from them, and they have such low maintenance, it's incredible. Really good foliage, which is, impressive and exceptional regardless of kind of seasonal conditions. They work great in mixed borders, rockeries, all of those kinds of places. They do prefer a bit of an ericaceous compost. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if my mum's got ericaceous soil. She's planted them anyway, and they look great. But
they do better in acid soil.
Slightly acid soil, yeah. But it's just a minor bit of pruning, and that would be probably once the flowers have faded. They normally flower late summer into autumn time. You could probably leave it up until springtime. Little bit of pruning, just cut back that, help to maintain the shape and encourage blooms the next year.
But if you wanted to, you could just, like something like the Kiki pots, you could grow them in the Kiki pots.
Oh yeah.
But I would use, if you have got some ericaceous compost, I would definitely plant them in that if you can. I certainly mix them in with our regular compost, because they will do a lot better in it. But they are lovely, they really are, and give you so much joy all year round, every single day. 511 622.
I believe you get 3 different varieties. He's going for the rake, sorry. I do believe you're going to get 3 different varieties, but I don't think we can guarantee exactly which varieties you're going to get. But they will be 3 different ones.
Now.
Oh, Sean's favourite.
Oh, so I only discovered this, was it 4 or 5 weeks ago? It's from Spear and Jackson. First time we've officially had this on the show. I'm going to say it now, it is the best rake I've ever seen. It has got some fantastic reviews coming in. And many members of staff here at YouGarden have bought this rake. Do you want to see how good it is? Have a look at this. Now, I've only just discovered this from Spear and Jackson, and I am absolutely gobsmacked how good it is. First of all, it's really lightweight. So something like my mum, who really struggles with any heavy equipment, super lightweight, but look at the size of it. I mean, what, is it 3 times the size of my rake? And the great thing is, I mean, this is brilliant, watch this. You get so many leaves in one go, look at this. And it gets every one of them. Oh, like a kid with a new toy, I absolutely love it. That is amazing. I'm doing some more. I love it. Seriously, I've only just discovered this today. That is amazing. That is one of the best new garden products I have seen. So this rake gets even better because it's actually a 3-in-1. So if you want to use it as a smaller rake, then you just take the 2 side panels off. But the great thing is these become your giant hands, your leaf grabbers. So you can just look at this. This is the coolest rake I have ever seen. And it makes that tedious job of gathering up the leaves, and there's a lot of them if you live where I do in the country, but a lot of us have got trees or trees that overlook our garden. I think that deserves a round of applause, don't you? Love it. I'll just go back to my other one, right, just to show you. So this is how I've been raking my leaves, and I lose the will to live. Look. It's like, it's really, really tedious. And yes, it does, I'm out of breath now. It eventually gets them up, but it's slow. And I often find that the leaves, they actually stick on there, they get stuck. Right, I don't have time for that, I'm a busy man. So are we ready? Here we go. Let's just do loads and loads of leaves in one go. Here we go. And it doesn't leave a single one behind. That is a really good product, isn't it? That's changed my life in autumn. So it is from Smith & Jackson. It's super size. And it is one of, well, I can always say that is the best rake I've ever found for leaves. Superb. I wish I'd discovered it a long time ago. But anyway, at least I've got it for this autumn. Seriously, I could not believe how good that was. And that was the first time I'd used it. I mean, I love Smith & Jackson. Yeah, they've been around for hundreds of years. But you saw them, that clip of film. It's just incredible. And although we all love gardening, when there's too many jobs to do, especially if you're getting a bit older, don't look at me like that, Bex. But that makes a difficult job so easy.
Yeah, definitely.
It saves you so much time.
And I love the fact that you can remove the outer edges, turn it into hands, just makes that collection of leaves, just that one job, so much easier. And
we have got a cracking price on this today. The great thing is, if you're a club member, again, you do get your 10% discount, even on things like the rake. I wouldn't have thought you would get 10% on this, but apparently you do.
No, it's $26.99.
Yeah, I just thought it would be the 5%, but you get 10% on it. So if you want it, grab it now. It's only $26.99. I promise you, you will just think it's the best rake ever. And quite a few members of staff have actually bought this at YouGarden. In fact, Julie in customer services messaged me the other day, and she said, "Oh, bought the rake. Loved the."
Oh, did she?
She saw the video, bought the rake. I loved it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So it is superb, and I know you'll love it. Please review it if you already got it. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, definitely.
But first time we've officially had it on the show. Right. Oh, you went to the left, you
backwards.
I'm only joking. Right, we're going to go back to our mix and match offer with our standards. So we've never done this before. We've done them in pairs, but with this new offer, you can choose which two you want. So you could have two of the same, or you could have two completely different standards. And don't forget, when we say standards, we're talking about that lovely lollipop shape where the whole top of the plant has been grafted onto that tall stem. So it gives you a lovely, I always think they look very elegant and sophisticated standard.
I agree, definitely. So they work brilliantly as a feature plant. If you want to have this as a central feature in your garden, if you plant it into a border somewhere, or that, you know, that central bit in the middle of a lawn somewhere, you know, when you've got a border in a lawn. It's not going to work because a border is either side to me, but you know, an island in a lawn, there you go. It would be an amazing central piece, or in one of our pots, for example, that would create an amazing centerpiece. But if you want to multi-order here and go for, you know, several of the same variety, actually, you could go for one of each, couldn't you? I mean, it's about, you need to double up and go
do you know what?
But have those lined up. That would be incredible, wouldn't it? And I like the fact that you can underplant with standards as well.
I do.
Oh, there's a very loud plane coming over. Sorry if you can hear that.
So many different ways of planting these, but have a good think, because the price that we've got, there's a lot of work that goes into these, is incredible. And you know, it is a skill, it is an art. YouGarden are particularly good at standards. A lot of the varieties, I mean, I'm not being funny, an average garden centre would not have a standard for Viburnum, Rosemary, Ceanothus. You'd maybe get the hollies, but we have some really, really unusual ones. And I was just thinking, there's a friend of mine whose garden was designed by Bunny Guinness, and her borders, loads of them have got standards, and they look amazing.
Yeah, and I think it's used a lot in garden design purely because you can then plant underneath.
Exactly.
So you're getting that tiered look, you're getting more plants into your garden, and this is why it is a designer favourite.
Yeah, and I know I'm definitely going for 2 of these today. So we're going to start with the Viburnum. And we had these last year, and Bex and I remember, because we're top seller for quite a few months, we kept saying, oh my word, they're still flowering, they're still flowering.
Yeah.
And they went on for, I think they went on into end of March, April?
Yeah, so they're starting now, as you can see. You're getting these lovely clusters of buds happening. So these are going to start opening any moment now. So let's say from December.
Yep.
So from December, you're going to get those flower clusters and those buds opening up. I like the way that when you get those buds, so you know they don't all open at one time. They gradually start opening up into these lovely whitish, pinkish flowers on there. So you get the mixture of the buds and the flowers at the same time. And they will keep going right the way through December, January, February, and into March as well. And the fragrance you get from them, I mean, you know that Viburnum fragrance, don't you? You know it already. It is quite distinctive. It's quite sweet. It's lovely fragrance. And you will have that from this for several months. Flowers and fragrance in winter, I just think is really quite clever. Really clever.
Some of our standards are grafted and some are grown as standards.
Yeah. And that one is grown as a standard.
Yeah, I'm looking here. I think
and that's quite a meticulous process for it to grow as a standard, because obviously any side shoots, any of those lateral shoots, they have been taken off and rubbed away. And if you do get any of those, rub them away. So you can snip them, but Adam was telling me this. He's like, rub it.
And that's
get your nail
or
the side of your trowel or something or other and rub it away, because then it discourages it from reshooting.
That is a lot of work to grow that.
Loads of work.
It is. I remember I did grow standard fuchsia as a child, and it was a lot of work and quite a few years. So remember, you can mix and match, so you might want to go for 2 of those. Now, the one that I'm going for these 2. So rosemary as a standard. So I don't have rosemary, but I think I want rosemary. I love it as a herb. I want it on my roast lamb, my roast potatoes. Love the smell. But actually, this is really attractive all year round. I love it when they flower.
I love it when they flower. It's quite beautiful. It normally happens in summertime, doesn't it, when you get the flowers on there? Loads and loads of these lilac-y blue flowers on there. But for me, it's very much about having a productive, beautiful plant in my garden. It's evergreen. It looks amazing all year round, but I can cut sprigs off that and then use it in my cooking. And I pretty much do on a weekly basis, if not more. I use rosemary in my cooking that often.
I mean, that is a really attractive way of having a herb in your garden.
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, I don't think you're going to get a more beautiful looking herb.
Definitely.
And even if you don't like the taste of rosemary, and I'm sure most of us do,
it's an attractive shrub.
Really
definitely.
Is. That to me, I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely
and
wonderful.
In a pair, great, but obviously we do these in pairs regularly. What we've done today is bring you the deal where you can mix and match. So what you need to do is put the 2 that you want in your basket. Make sure you use that code that you can see down there, YGTV4724, because that's how you get these amazing prices. That's how you get the savings, and you'll get that free gift in your basket as well.
Cool. By the way, if you get any questions, don't forget you can contact us Facebook, YouTube, and ygtv@yougarden.com. Then we've also got the standard Ceanothus. Again, many of you know Ceanothus. Beautiful lilac-y blue flowers, April, May time, covered in them. But this one, again, has been grown as a standard. And I love the fact that all 3 of these are evergreen as well, so they are going to look good all year round.
Very good, yeah.
And they are obviously the holly is evergreen as well. So beautiful foliage, stunning flowers. All of them are very, very easy to look after. What will happen, as you can see there, with that Ceanothus, you will get, so we'll just give you the details of the Ceanothus if you can, you will get thicker, stronger stems and a bigger ball of colour as this matures. They are quite magical. They will give the most amazing displays, whether you've got them in your borders, whether you've got them in containers, and add a real touch of class and sophistication to any garden. Ceanothus is very easy to grow, but it does like a nice sunny spot. So if you've got a really sunny position, it would really appreciate that.
It would indeed.
Lovely colour, isn't it?
That's how you're going to get the most flowers on there. Love the colour, love how it smothers the plant, and love how it's the absolute feature in your garden in March and April, or April into May time. For good 4 to 6 weeks, you'll have those flowers on there, and it's the standout one in your garden. 510199 is the item number for that one.
Now, there's
Can
one
I just quickly take you back to the Viburnum, because I forgot to do this.
What?
Andrew Lawrence sent us... full name, sorry. Andrew sent us his picture.
Hello, Andrew.
He's just saying that these are his Viburnum standards that he bought last year from us. They're just outside the back door there, and they're looking incredible, aren't they?
Andrew, they look fantastic. And yours are just coming into flower, aren't they?
Just coming into flower and bud. Those flowers are just starting opening up. But that's exactly what I was talking about, how those flowers, the buds open up, but you've still got loads of interest going on because there's still loads to open. You get loads happening.
Little question, Andrew. Will you festive them up when we get near Christmas? Will you put some lights on them? Will you put some maybe pine cones around the base? Or just leave them as they are?
I've planted something around the base there. I can't quite work out what that is. Oh, are they brass ornaments? Yes, they are.
I like them. I can see them. They're cute.
Very cute.
But Andrew, thank you for that. They look amazing, don't they?
Yeah.
Now, Andrew, you know what you've done? Because I was thinking I'm going to go for the Rosemary and the Ceanothus. Now I want the Viburnum.
I will go for a pair of the Viburnum and go for one each of those.
The only reason I wasn't going to go for the Viburnum is because I've actually got it in my garden, but not as a standard.
Yeah, no, you need the standard.
Yeah.
You need the standard. Why not?
Yeah, the other one, the one that I have one. Yeah. I am lucky. I have got a big garden. I say I'm lucky. There's some days I think, why did I choose such a big garden? Why? But I love it. Most days I'm very grateful. I really am.
There is one other one that we need to add into the mix here as well, which is the holly. So you could go for a pair of hollies if you want to, but this is all part of the mix-up, the double-up deal. So all you have to do is choose the two you want, put those two into your basket, enter the code, and you'll get two for £39. Two for £49 and 99 pence. So it's £10 more than just buying one on its own. And this is the Blue Maid holly, which means it's a female variety. It means it is a berry producing variety. So you get loads and loads of those lovely festive berries on there.
And don't forget, because you're getting two of them and you're spending $49.99, you will get free delivery as well. Always on YGTV, generally speaking, you get free delivery when you spend over £40. Your free gift today, that lovely collection of bulbs, don't forget. You've got the Saxatilis tulips, you've got the Muscari Blue Moon, and you've got the Caniculatus Narcissi. 20 beautiful bulbs that are a little bit different, free with every order. Right, we've still got some new items to show you.
Oh, yeah.
And a lovely Lavatera.
This end.
Yeah.
The Lavatera, the Barnsley baby.
Barnsley bairn.
Barnsley baby.
Barnsley bairn.
Barnsley bairn, of course. You wouldn't call it a baby, would you? Be a bairn.
So I'm from Yorkshire. I've got a few friends that live in Barnsley. Yeah, some of them do call babies
bairns.
Yeah, which I love. I really do. So anyway, but it is actually called Barnsley baby, the Lavatera mallow. And I love Lavateras, but I mean, you know, the one that I've got, I'll be honest, it has got big.
Yeah. They do, and this is maybe the problem for some people with Lavateras. It might be fine for others, but if you like the idea of Lavatera, but they just get too big for you, then Barnsley Baby is a brilliant one because it is bred to be much more compact. We're only talking maybe about 75 centimetres height and spread.
I mean, that's a lot smaller.
It's a lot smaller, but what we're not doing is compromising on the amount of flowers. It's still going to be incredibly floriferous. Traditionally, Lavateras are large, they're vigorous, but Barnsley is a smaller variety of that cottage garden favourite.
I think that's so clever, don't you?
But you're still getting those flowers. You're still getting those lovely candy floss pink opening in succession from bottom to top. It's your perfect pot plant.
And I went to a presentation all about plant breeding and why we breed different varieties, and it is often to solve a problem. And yeah, so many people would love a Lavatera, but you need a lot of room. I mean, this year mine must be about 4 foot by 4 foot.
Really?
It's huge. Yeah, and luckily I've got the space for it, but most modern gardens need more compact plants. Lavatera are beautiful. They do flower for several months of the summer. They're really pretty easy to grow, but that is that miniature variety, only going to about 75 centimetres. And it's called the Mallow Mix, so the Lavatera Mallow. I always think of marshmallow colours with this, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
I do.
Definitely. I really like them, and they're still very large flowers that you've got, and they're really easy to look after as well. Just cut it back in spring. It helps to give nice bushy growth, but keeps the plant really nice and vigorous.
And they always do flower on the new growth, so don't worry about cutting it back. You really don't need to. Now, I really like the Primula, and I don't know why, but I meant to buy these last year, and I didn't. And I don't know
why this is flowering, to be perfectly honest with you. It's got a flower on it. It shouldn't be there.
It's a little bit early.
It shouldn't be there. That should not be there. But anyway.
A lot of plants are confused.
Exactly. Primula viale, the red hot poker. This is the nice sort of more compact variety, because there's other varieties you can get. This one's only going to get to about 30 by 30 centimetres. A really striking splash of colour. Really unique flower heads that you get on here with that bright red central spike. They do rise quite majestically out of that foliage. It's perfect actually for sort of semi-shady borders, this. And when you look at that plant, when you look at that flower, you think that needs a sunny spot, don't you?
Yeah.
But this one tricks you. It actually does. It's going to thrive better in a sort of semi-shady spot, a part shady spot. So at the back of the border that just gets, you know, sort of half sunshine, half shade, that's going to be the perfect spot for this plant.
And I know we call it red hot poker, but it's nothing to do with the red hot poker. The flowers just look similar, don't they? Because we do the is it the Nephofia popsicle range?
Nephofia, yeah.
So it looks similar in terms of the flowers, but it is nothing to do with a Nephofia. It's a primula, but I think it's stunning, and I love the way that, you know, you've got the red at the top, and then all of those really pretty
little flowers,
little lilac. Yeah, they're amazing. So I don't know why I never bought those last year, but they've now got on my list.
But they're great to get them now. These normally flower sort of summertime, sort of May, June time is when these should be in flower. So
I know.
Odd they're flowering now.
Well, yeah, it's a bonus. So yours may well arrive in flower.
Yeah.
Now we've also got the honeyberry coming up. We've both got this, and I got a really good crop this year.
Yeah, now I got a few this year. I got a handful, but I bought them as tiny baby. Mine was smaller than this, to be perfectly honest with you.
I think you bought the 9 centimetre pots, but yours weren't quite as big.
Mine were 9 centimetre, but they were probably about half the size of this. So I've been waiting a couple of years, and I got some fruit this year. Next year it's going to be even better. So you will get fruits from these. The fact that you're getting 3 of these is amazing as well. They are self-fertile, but even anything that's self-fertile, if you plant it alongside another one, it does help encourage more fruit production. So you are getting the lovely trio of them here. You will wait a little while to get the fruits. I'm not going to lie, you're not going to get loads in the first year. You'll get a few in the second year, and then from third year onwards, you should start getting a really, really decent crop from these. And once they get going, you really can get bumper crops.
And the honeyberry is the most delicious berry that you can imagine.
So good.
I was gobsmacked when I got my first crop the year before last, and I just could not believe the flavour. And it is, I know it looks a bit like a blueberry, but it's elongated, and I think it's fleshier, it's sweeter. It has got, by the way, and I love this, it has got the ability just to grow really well in normal compost. It doesn't need ericaceous. Like a blueberry, you need special ericaceous compost. So that's always something you've got to buy. When you buy blueberries, you've always got to buy your acid compost. That doesn't need it.
No.
So normal, our compost is perfect for it. Nice sunny position. You get all the flowers early springtime, and then you get the most delicious fruit, which are really high in antioxidants. One of the highest, actually. It's one of the best fruits for you.
It's supposed to be even higher than blueberries, which is quite amazing.
I know, because they're right there.
That's
aren't
right,
they?
amazing,
yeah.
isn't it?
And it is actually from the honeysuckle family. But don't think, I can eat any berries off honeysuckle. You can't. But you can with this one.
You can with this.
And I've never had to support mine. Have you?
No, not yet. No. I mean, it's got to a decent size now, but no, they don't really need support, but they can get to a good maybe 3 feet in height, about 80, 90 centimetres height and spread here.
Mine's about 60, 70 centimetres now.
Yeah.
But honestly, they are incredible in terms of taste. They really, really are. 3 ones are 0, 3, 4. I always used to say the fruits are bigger than a blueberry, but I've suddenly started seeing these giant-sized blueberries in the supermarket. But they're still a nice-sized fruit, but elongated as well in terms of shape.
All right, so we've got a great offer for you on our bulbs. Now, there are 6 different bulb offers. These are 2 of the favourites that we've got for you.
Good.
The deal we've got is a buy 1, get 2 free. So what you need to do is put the 3 that you want into your basket. Normally with a buy 1, get 1 free, what you do is you put 1 in your basket and enter the code and the other one appears. But because this is a mix and match, you have to tell us which ones you want. So put all 3 in your basket, put the code in, 2 bags will be absolutely absolutely free.
But these are the favourites, and you know, I'm completely with you. So the Necessaire Tete-a-Tete, they are, we all love these. Bex loves them, I love them, Stu loves them, because they are miniature daffodils. And that means that they are fantastic in pots and containers, hanging baskets. You get several flowers. Tete-a-tete literally means head to head.
That's it.
But, I remember this now, in French, it actually means intimate conversation.
Oh, really? Tete-a-tete, yeah.
Let's have a tete-a-tete. Intimate. So it is that all these little like flowers just chatting and just having a little conversation together. They are adorable. And for me, when they fly in March, it's like, thank goodness winter's over.
Yeah, definitely.
Spring's well on its way. You can get some lovely sort of like days in March, but they look absolutely superb, and they do naturalise. They do come back year after year, but they're a lovely size. Daffodils are great, but I always think daffodils, you need space. Daffodils don't always look good in pots unless they're in big pots. Daffodils are too tall normally.
Totally.
And they can sometimes flop a little bit and not cope well with the wind, but they're compact and lovely. And then one of your favourites, crocus.
Yeah, I do love a crocus. I like them because they are so early flowering. Obviously, you know, snowdrops, they're the earliest, aren't they, when you're thinking about bulbs and things. Snowdrops can be out in January. Snow on the ground, they pop up, but crocus actually can still come up at a really sort of cold and frosty time of the year. As early as February, these can be out, and I like this mix because you've got all of the colours in there, the oranges, the yellows, the purples, you know, the lilac-y colours, and those colours work so well together.
And I'm just going to give you a little tip, only from, you know, I said we learn from mistakes sometimes, don't we?
We do. Oh, we learn more from mistakes.
In fact,
more.
Bex, we've got a meeting at our garden club in April, and it's Joe Whitehead, he's the head gardener at Burley.
Yes.
And he's going to be talking about his biggest mistakes in gardening.
Oh, really?
So you want to come to that one because it'll be a bit of a laugh, you know. But he said sometimes sharing mistakes is great. And the reason I'm going down this little tangent, I grew a lot of crocuses last year, but I put a lot in really open areas, and because we had a lot of rain...
Yeah, they didn't like it.
No, they went quite mushy. So... you might want to you can grow them under trees and things where they get a bit more shelter from the rain.
Well, I planted them and I did them as drifts through my lawn, which was lovely, but unfortunately my clay soil I've got some come up and they look lovely, and we'll wait and see if any more come up this year, but the clay soil and the wet weather, the two things really didn't help for me, which is why this year I've planted crocus, but I've gone for them in pots in our premium.
And the great thing is they are in pots, and it, you know, it's a wet February. It might not, it might be really a nice dry sunny February.
Drain through, won't it?
Yeah, and you can sort of like position them where they get that little bit of shelter as well. But a lovely combination, 40 bulbs, but buy one pack, get not one, but 2 free. Here's the other ones that you can choose from. So the crocus and the tete-a-tetes, the most popular today, but here's some of the others. Now we have got a really nice miniature collection of tulips. They're called the Rock Garden Mix because these are great for rock gardens, rockeries. They are small, they're compact, around about 20 centimetres, but some really unusual varieties, some really nice shapes and colours to these different tulips. So they're not the classic kind of goblet shape, there's something a little bit more exciting and a little bit more unusual. And I always think, as a gardener, I always want to try new things. I don't want to get locked into the same plants, the same old displays every year. So that's a lovely one to try, 600-433. Now, alliums, our head gardener, Peter McDermott, is a big fan of alliums, and he introduced me to them many, many years ago. This is the Spherocephalon. It's a tall allium. Late flowering, so we're talking about July time with this one. Nice and tall, maybe about 70 to 90 centimetres. They look really good underplanted. Allium leaves a little bit straggly, so Bex was saying one of the gardener's she follows, Harry, he underplants these with grasses, but they are really quite striking and look great on mass as well. That's why we're going to give you 100 of those. And obviously the pollinators love them. 600-137. Then we have got the Chionodoxas, really small little flowers, these, really delicate, really dainty. So only grow to about, I don't know, 15 centimetres max in terms of height. You do need a lot of them. They look really good en masse, and these have become really popular to turn. You get 60 of them for £9.99, but you are going to get 2 bags of whatever else you want absolutely free. Then we've got the anemones. They are a little bit like poppies. They are really lovely kind of furriness to them. Flowering sort of like February, March onwards, and a wonderful variety there. 75, 600, 319. Again, buy one, get 2 free, mix and match. So If you have just joined us, a very, very good afternoon. You're with myself, Shaun and Bex Edwards. You're watching, of course, YGTV Live. And can we just remind you of this amazing rake? Do you know, I'm going to say that's the best piece of hardware I have used and experienced, I'm going to say, in about the last 5 years. And I mean that hand on heart. There's nothing fake about what you're seeing. That was genuine. That was the first time I'd used that. We just happened to be, you know, we were going to be Stu was filming and said, right, just have a go, I'm going to film it straight away, and it was superb. And I love the fact that the sides come off. They give you like a smaller rake and hands to put the leaves in your heavy duty pots. It's such a clever design, and it's from Spear & Jackson, a company synonymous with quality garden products. They've been around for hundreds of years. But what I love about it, it's wide. It picks up so many leaves in one go. It doesn't leave any leaves behind. The leaves do not actually get caught on the spikes for some reason. So in just one fell swoop, you can remove hundreds of leaves. They all end up in a nice big pile, and then you can clip the sides off and, of course, put them into your heavy duty pots. And that's what the rake looks like without the sides on it. So it becomes a mini rake, and that's really good for the smaller areas in your garden. It's an amazing product. Have we had any, actually, Stu, have we had any more reviews come in for it? We'll have a look. It's a brand new product, but I know the first couple of reviews were 5-star.
I'm not surprised.
It's really good.
Based on what, I mean, I haven't used it yet, but based on what I can see there,
yeah, if you're in
definitely.
trees and leaves, you want it. Bex, you don't have many, do you?
I don't have many, but the Frikartii does drop its leaves quite a lot.
Yeah.
Stu doesn't have a Frikartii, but yeah, the Frikartii does drop its leaves a lot, so I could probably do with it.
It's really
I
good.
have a really old rake. I think the rake I've got is probably 30 years old, genuinely.
I had a rubbish rake as well till I got that one. We haven't got many reviews in yet, Stu, now, but they're all good. I should hope so.
No. Brilliant in removing the leaves without damaging the lawn. Really very pleased with the purchase. Excellent product purchased as a present for elderly relative. Rakes up leaves on her lawn without dragging out the hatch. Very light thatch. Not hatch, thatch. Very light and easy to use.
And the last one there from Barry, excellent design product. It's a bit fiddly to put together the first time, but once you get the hang of it, changing the size of the rake becomes easier. Gathered these together very well, and probably the best leaf rake that I've bought.
You're such a show-off, Shaun.
Do you know
I'm standing like this, squinting to look at the screen. Shaun took a step back to read his one.
See? Just
Might be older, but your eyesight's better, isn't it, eh?
It's anything that is better. Right, we have got the details of the heavy-duty pots. You saw those in that little video of the rake. These are the best products that you could ever buy in terms of an all-rounder that you're going to use. So I've got my Christmas trees growing in them right now. That's from last year. They're going to be moved in 2 weeks' time to the front of the house.
Ooh,
I know. They're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Now, we've also got examples here of things you can grow in them. I mean, tomatoes, you've grown potatoes, Bex.
I did my tomatoes in them this year. So yeah, I did exactly the same with you. I do this too. So in my shed, I've got all the, most used bits and pieces, so I can just go and grab it when I need it.
That euonymus, I don't know what to do with. It's been there 3 years. You know what? One day it will find a home, but it's very happy there for a temporary home. And also, when I'm planting up in my greenhouse, I just always decant the compost into a pot. I just find it easy to work, because occasionally when you're working with a bag of compost, you knock it over, or you can't just quite get in there. And it just, to me, I plant quicker when I've got it in the heavy-duty pots. And they are 130002. And Bex, how can you break these?
Honestly, they're super strong. Honestly. They are super strong, so it makes it really easy for you to pick up and carry things around the garden if you're carrying logs and things in for your log burners.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they last a really long time. So one of the best purchases, because you'll use it the most in your garden.
I've never broken one, and I think mine now, they could be close to 15 years old, some of them.
Yeah. And
they've never ever cracked or broken. So a brilliant addition to your gardening hardware, and that's 130002. Now, we've also got these. Now, these are on what we call
rundown.
I don't like that. I don't like rundown.
Clearance.
Clearance. That's better, isn't it?
Clearance.
If my mum's watching, because she's a bit hard to hear, she said, "Oh, Sean keeps saying he's run down. I hope he's all right." No, clearance. They're not coming back, and I think they are amazing value.
Really good value because it's buy one get one free. So put one in your basket, enter the code that you can see on the screen there. Look, YGTV4724. The other one will appear in your basket. A great size, actually quite similar to our heavy duty pots. So these could be the permanent home for a lot of the things in your garden. They're going to work for any of the standards that we've brought you because they're a really nice deep size, which means they won't easily blow over in the wind. If you're buying our potted Christmas tree, or you've already got a Christmas tree and you're looking for something a bit more decorative, a bit more beautiful, this could work perfectly.
Let's be honest, although I've got my Christmas trees going in the heavy duty pots, I'm going to have to decorate those pots for Christmas. With those you don't.
You don't have to at all. Obviously, if you're bringing it indoors, do remember that they have got drainage holes in the bottom, so you just need to stick, something under it, a dish or something that it can stand in. But yeah, really, really simple. And plenty of drainage holes, plus raised bits as well. And reinforcement around the rim here, but a nice deep rim for you to be able to grab hold of, to be able to pick it up.
To get two, it's a buy one, get one free for $13.49 for club members. If you saw that in the garden centre, $6.75, you'd jump at it, wouldn't you?
Definitely.
And you will get
loads of them.
your free bulbs as well with every single order today. But as ever, you need to use that off code YGTV 4724.
Sounds like it might be about to sell out as well. Certainly Sue saying, hurry up.
I don't think they're there for Sunday, do you?
They're not going to be there.
Not by the time we've placed our orders, that's for sure. 131.29. By the way, we're live until 1 o'clock today. We've only got about 25 minutes left. So if you've got any questions, any comments, if you want to say hi to myself, Shaun, Bex, Stu, we would love to hear from you. But also, we want to know what you've been buying.
Yes, please. Always like to hear that. Definitely.
Now, we have got some other offers on our pots. We've got the pine cones and...
That's the 13-inch.
I'm trying to find the original price on these, but no.
They're all buy one, get one free, basically.
So the big one, which I've got there, that's a 13-inch. That works out 5 each, and these are lovely. I think these look really quite festive.
These have got a festive feel to them as well, just with the gold. I mean, the thing is, we say festive feel. These do work all year round. I've got multiples of these already in my garden. Can't remember what I've got in them. In fact, I think my Nandina is planted in this.
Do you know what?
Oh, I should have got a picture of my Nandina. I'm pretty sure my Nandina is in this pot. So it looks great all year round, but if you're looking for something that's a little bit festive, any of the kind of brushed golds and bronzes, they work nicely, don't they?
And I'm just thinking the Abelia that we've got today.
Yeah. I like dark coloured pots because you get a contrast of colour, which means it really stands out, doesn't it?
I think that could work really nicely,
don't you? That could work really beautifully.
Yeah. So that's one I... do you know what?
Sarcococca would work nicely in here too, because Sarcococca is quite slow growing, so that would be a nice size for that one to go in. Or even Helleborus, as Shaun just said, that would work prettily in here too.
But they're just such lovely pots. They really are. And they have a buy one, get one free. So you can either go for the 13-inch, which is 130164, working out £5 each, £4.50 if you're a club member, or got the 11-inch, haven't we?
No, you had them. What have you done with them? You had them.
I did.
And you took them out of there. He's not had them.
There, sorry, I took it over there, Bex.
Oh!
Yeah.
There they are.
That's when I went to get the Abelia.
So there's the 11-inch, just put them side by side so you can see the difference in the size there. But a great little family of pots as well if you want to go for both of them.
Yeah, I love it.
That's the one you're looking at,
when
the 11-inch.
When you get the same style of pot but different sizes grouped together.
Just so you can see the difference in size there. Yeah. Love that. Again, buy one, get one free. So put one in your basket, enter the code, and then the other one will appear free of charge.
No, can we just say it's been lovely to have each and every one of you watching. We are back. We're with you till 1 o'clock today, and then we are back on Sunday, 9:30 till 12:30. So we will see you on Sunday, hopefully, as well. Now, this table's been really, really popular. Lots of favourites. And we are going to go back to the Asters, because we've had a lot of requests for Asters. So we've got them today.
I love Asters, and this is a really gorgeous variety as well. This is called Frikartii Monch.
Not he says it. It's a nice name.
I like the name, definitely. It's a hybrid of two different types, actually, and that's where it's got its name from. But it's a slightly taller growing aster. I mean, aster, once they get, the ones I know, the ones I've got in my garden, they're only about this big at the moment. Once they get a bit more established, they can get a little bit taller, can't they? But these are really much taller. These can get to about probably 60 centimetres in height.
And this is the one that my mum's got in her garden. And I can't remember what size it was last year, but it was really small. And it has done amazing this year. It's been a good year for asters. And they are a great plant at bridging that sort of like end of summer through autumn. They're great at giving you that fantastic colour.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know why I've not got more asters in my garden.
I love this colour combination as well. I mean, I don't want to say lavender. It's kind of a violet blue, but then that golden yellow centre in the middle there. The two colours do make this a really standout one. It's nice and bushy. You get masses of flowers. It's got the Award of Garden Merit. It's got the badge of perfect for pollinators. So we're ticking lots of boxes. We're inviting the pollinators in. It's fully winter hardy and dead easy to look after.
And they do produce hundreds of flowers.
So many.
Yeah. They just get, that image there is spot on. They are absolutely covered with those gorgeous, wonderful flowers. And you do get 3 of them. They are, by the way, fully winter hardy. I think everything on the show is winter hardy, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it is, actually.
It is. Yeah, everything we've shown you. So don't worry, you can plant these right now and you reap the rewards next, say, autumn time. 56886. So they've been really popular. Also, we have got the geranium tiny monster. And I know I keep banging on about this, but I have fallen in love with hardy geraniums. I really have, because having a big garden, I need areas that are low maintenance. I need some plants just to go, do you know what, Shaun, you can go over there and look after those plants all summer, and I would be very happy. We've got this, we're fine. We're just going to flower and flower and flower and show how good we are. That's what hardy geraniums do. They require very little, all soil types pretty much. Actually, even clay soils.
Yeah, mine do great in the clay soil. Haven't had to do anything to them. They're vigorous, they're floriferous, they make excellent ground cover, they're low maintenance, you don't have to do anything. I mean, you are supposed to, and we'll give you the proper advice. Yes, you're supposed to feed them. Yes, you're supposed to deadhead them. Shaun, have you deadheaded your geraniums ever since you had them?
No. I have fed them occasionally.
But not out of any time of routine. It's just, I'm walking past them, so I might as well.
They get the bit that's left over. If I've done everything, I'm like, I've got to be left. Okay. Because they just don't demand.
They are
brilliant.
You could do nothing, and they will still give you their beautiful displays year on year, and for ages as well. And don't confuse them with your bedding geraniums. If your bedding geraniums were outside last night in most UK, that'll be it now. They're gone. They're going to go black, and they've had it. These, it doesn't matter. They're fully winter hardy. Yeah. So my geraniums were looking great up until the last few days where we've had the frost. And I went out and had a little look this morning. They're looking sad now. They're going to die back down, and that's fine. They're going to go sleep for winter time. They're going to hibernate for winter, and then they're going to pop up back out of the ground and give me all of it again from about April right the way through to October, and even into November next year as well. Beautiful colour on the tiny monster as well, don't you think? Love it, yeah, really nice magenta. Yeah, so they are an absolute must. And do you know what? Not just for beds and borders, pots, containers, rockeries, hanging baskets. You could actually put those in a hanging basket, couldn't you? Yeah, because they don't get massive. They only go to about 30 centimetres high, but they'll spread by about 50. But you could pretty much plant them anywhere in the garden. They are just incredible. We talked about this before, didn't we, about having hardy geraniums in a hanging basket? I'm going to try it. I think it could work quite nicely. I'm going to try it next year in the pub garden. I might do it with mine, actually. Because I think it'll give you a really natural look. Yeah. Yeah. Just fill it with hardy geraniums. Yeah, why not? Hanging baskets are hard work sometimes, aren't they? Let's do it next year. Well, let's try it. There you go. I like a competition. Friendly competition. It's good. Right. Erin Hume's next, Blue Hobbit. Oh, I love this one so much. Please, I want you to have this in your garden. I want you to have this in your garden. I found this one so easy. I planted it a couple of years ago. Again, another one I've done nothing to, and it comes up reliably for me. And it does turn that amazing blue colour. Now look, you can see them here. I mean, they should be dying down a little bit now. But yeah, look, they've got those flower spikes on there. And you think, hang on a minute, that's green. But no, in the summertime, it does turn that electric blue colour. And it blew my mind that it would do this. I've got mine planted in the borders. It creates, that's first year, so it's early days. It's starting to spread out and form the clumps I'm just blown away with that colour and the contrast that it gives me with the sort of softer colours and the softer foliage on either side. Another one I've got is planted next to the geums, and you think geums are very more sort of rounded and feminine looking, and then you've got this spiky looking sea holly next to it. I love it.
Oh, well, okay. You made me want that one as well.
Good.
Right, Sarcococca is next, winter gem or Christmas box, as some people know. This is an amazing plant on so many different levels, and the fact that it will do well in pretty much full shade, okay? So yes, this will survive very nicely in almost full shade, but equally it is fine in a sunny position as well. Totally evergreen, so lovely glossy leaves all year round, and then at this time of year it starts to produce these incredible flowers. Lots and lots, hundreds and hundreds of these delicate little flowers that then have the best fragrance you could ever imagine. A friend of mine gave me a couple of stems of these in a little posy of flowers a few years ago, and literally a couple of stems of these filled the kitchen with the most adorable fragrance. I love the fact that it would make a great centerpiece for a pot and container all through the winter. It's not affected by frost, it's not affected by snow, but it is one of the most fragrant winter flowering plants that you could ever have in your garden, and I love the fact that you can have it in the shade as well. So if you're thinking shades just for hostas and ferns, not at all. This is a brilliant one for shade. And in fact, Adam Woolcott, who's one of the experts we have with Bex and I on the show, and he's won 4 gold awards at Chelsea. Him and John have won numerous awards. You'll see him on the 1st of December, actually. It's going to be here. But he uses that in lots of their planting schemes for shady areas. And he raves about it.
Yeah,
it's amazing, isn't it?
Great one. Absolutely.
Right, go on, we've got some emails.
Yeah, we've got an email from Margaret. So they've sent some pictures. A few photographs, all bought from YouGarden. Some are on the show today. Let's have a little look at them, shall we? First of all, starting with the beautiful Viburnum, the standard.
Wow.
Look at that.
Now, do you know when that was bought, Bex?
They were saying last year, but it looks quite big, doesn't it?
And
that picture was taken last weekend, but bought from YouGarden.
Can we just say we like the choice of pot as well?
Love the choice of pot.
Yeah.
Love the Fatsia spider's web, and I'm pretty sure that's a Nandina next to it as well. So yeah, looking lovely. Well done there. Next picture.
Oh, that did look good, didn't it?
Here we go. Here's the Helleborus in our bird trellis pots there. That's what I did for the mothers, for my mother and my mother-in-law. It was a present from my son. So last year did exactly that. Planted the Helleborus in the centre, put some daffodil bulbs around the side. That was their Christmas present.
That's so cute.
Love that. You've done exactly the same there. So that was that one. We've got 5 pictures here, so bear with. Here we go. Oh, what is that?
It's a little cat.
Oh, it's the
This is St John's wort, isn't it?
Yes, that's the one. Thank you very much. St John's wort. What's the name of that? Hypericum.
Yes.
Hypericum. There we go. Miracle attraction.
We have these moments, don't we?
I knew it. I just needed it. Thank you. Then, there's a whole mishmash of stuff in here. There's a whole mixture. Unfortunately, it's a bit blurry, sorry. But yeah, you can see loads of different plants in there. I'm pretty sure that's one of the, those are the April planters. Stewsony spotted osteospermum.
I'll be honest, because it's a little bit blurry.
Yes, down there, that's an osteospermum, you're right. I can't zoom in too much, unfortunately.
Do you think that's an oleander?
I think that's an oleander there.
Yeah, and I think there's one on the other side.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Looks lovely, though. What a gorgeous corner there. And then finally, this is a bare root rose.
The standard.
Look at that. Those are quite big roses you've got on that one as well. If that's one of our standards, those are quite big roses.
Do you know, thank you. We love it when you send pictures in. It always inspires us. It really does. And we love to see your plant journeys. You know, many of you have been shopping with YouGarden for decades, and we have been sending plants through the post for about 20 years now. So it's lovely to share your gardening journeys. So thanks, Margaret.
Thank you, Margaret. She says all bought from YouGarden. Some are on the show today. That's really lovely to see. Really appreciate it.
Don't say, put a big smile on my face.
Yeah, love seeing your gardens. Honestly, they're amazing. Is anything going on in the chat here? Loads going on in the chat. Everyone's talking to each other. They're all talking about... Neil's sorry, really busy at work. I'll watch back later on.
Sorry, Neil.
Thursday. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we know what Thursday's like for you.
Lovely. Thank you so much for all your comments and things.
So just to remind everybody, because I know we are... I don't know where the time's gone today, do you?
No, nearly finished.
We are, as ever, giving you a free gift with every single order. You get a bag of 20 bulbs, really lovely bulbs, a little bit different. So I'm calling it a twist on the classics. So the Blue Moon Muscari, you've also got the Caniculatus, which are the Narcissi, and you've got the Saxatilis tulip there. So you know Muscari, I'm sure, grape hyacinths, tulips, and daffodils, but these are really, really kind of little twists on the favourites to make them a little bit more special.
Definitely.
Try those.
Love it. And it's a free gift worth, what was it, £7?
£7 quid, yeah.
Oh, it says £9.99 there. I think it's £9.99. Anyway, it's a free gift. You're going to get it as long as you put the code in your basket. So make sure you enter the code because we always want a free gift. Hello, Amanda. She says she just popped in.
Hello, Amanda.
Hello, my lovely. You all right?
Have a little look at a break.
Yeah, why not?
But don't forget, you can stream us anytime on YouTube and on our website as well. Right, lots of orders coming through now. You will get free delivery, don't forget, when you spend over £40 with us here at YouGarden. And to get all of the promotions, you just need to use that offer code YGTV4724. Now, I know we say this often, but it's the truth. We are very lucky to get staff discount. And,
we are.
And if you work somewhere, you quite often get a staff discount, don't you? However, and it's a very generous staff discount, quite often it works out better to actually buy and use the offer code from YGTV.
Yeah, I rarely use the staff discount code.
No.
Really.
And I know that these two planters using YGTV 4724, you're going to get the best price today that you could possibly imagine. They are flying, half the stock is now gone.
Yeah.
And bearing in mind, lots of you watchers like Neil, a bit later on, they will probably be sold out by Sunday, won't they?
Yeah, beautiful size, really big size. Very similar, in fact. I mean, they're going to be slightly smaller in literage just because they're tapered, so they're slightly, smaller at the bottom.
I bet
but very similar literage to our heavy-duty pots, which means that these can be a permanent home for so many of the larger shrubs. You could even do some grow your own in here. So we often talk about this, and obviously you've got the extra drainage in here, which is why we talk about these. But if you want something a bit more decorative, you could definitely go for this instead of.
And actually, when you see them side by side, that's 30 litres. That would be at least 25 litres.
Yeah, it's not far off the same size at all.
But they are big, they are beautiful, they're going to last you years. The value is just ridiculous. Club members, and we've only got half the stock left now, they're not coming back. £6.75 per pot it works out.
Yeah.
That is really good.
It's so good. And I've been looking for some square pots, so I'm glad you've left us some, because we finish in about 8 minutes and I'm going to place an order.
We're going to place an order as soon as we finish. Because we bought the spiral olives, which are actually down in price. They're on our website. They're now £75. I think we paid 90, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so they're down £75. We've only got a few of those remaining. But great for pretty much everything that we've got on the show today. And any of the standards, when you saw some of the pictures coming in of the Viburnum, that is going to look amazing.
So good.
Isn't it? Can you imagine all of those white flowers in there, underplant it with some of the bulbs on the show, some of the Helleborus? It's going to look amazing.
Yeah, really good.
Amazing.
Grab those while we've still got a few of those left. If we've got a few left on Sunday, wonderful. But the chances are those are going to go very soon.
Have we got time, Stu, to do the Mahonia, or are we saving that?
Let's do it.
Really quick.
Yeah, let's do it. This one's the Mahonia Soft Caress, and this is a beautiful thing about Mahonia. Mahonia traditionally is quite a spiky plant, isn't it?
It is.
It's one that you need to wear some serious gloves for in order to, prune it, to collect the prunings, to collect the trimmings, but not with this one because it is there's no spiky bits at all. Plus, it's more compact as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it goes back a metre by metre. I think it would plant of the year in Chelsea 2013.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Okay, good.
We'll check.
No, it
did.
Okay, good. I trust you. I believe you.
But I've got this in my garden, but I have also got the other Mahonia, the one that we all know and love and sometimes hate because it's very, very spiky. But it's really compact, a metre by metre. You've still got the lovely, lovely yellow flowers. Hey!
It was 2013. See?
You
might be getting older, but your memory's still there, isn't it, eh? Not losing that yet.
There's so much. Do you know, gardening is wonderful, though, because you are always learning, aren't you?
Definitely.
You can't remember everything, but I thought it was 2013. But anyway, it's a lovely Mahonia, and you've got all of the joy, but without the spikes, basically, and it's a lot more compact. So, Mahonias can go several metres, but this one only goes about a metre. Anyway, it's only 99. I like that one, that's all. Right.
Yes, over here, Abelia. Abelia, grandiflora, the kaleidoscope, and the reason that we've got this one is because it is a kaleidoscope of colour from the foliage, first of all, which start us out in springtime around these lovely kind of, you know, limey greens and almost yellow tinges to it. But then what happens is, you know, there's intensifying colour through the summertime, but then we get into autumn and you start getting the bronze colours that you can see on here right now. It's semi-evergreen, so plant it somewhere more sheltered, put it in a nice sheltered spot, and that means hopefully you will then be able to keep hold of the leaves on there. That tends to be what happens with semi-evergreen, isn't it?
That is in my basket, I'm telling you.
I love those colours. Look at those.
And okay, maybe I shouldn't say this, but we love our nandinas, and many of you will have bought nandinas, but they're normally around about £15 here on YGTV. The Abelia is $7.99. I mean, sometimes I think the best we've done 2 for £20, but that is an amazing plant, and it is. We say semi-evergreen in most parts of the UK. Probably keep it free from it.
If you plant it somewhere sheltered, you will be able to keep hold of most of the leaves on there. You will get flowers on here as well. So in summertime, June through to sort of October, dainty pink-white blooms on there that'll open up from a deep pink bud, and they actually are scented as well. But look at that foliage! I know. That's why we want this, isn't it? More than anything.
And it's a big plant for $7.99. I mean, $7.19 if you are a club member. Right, the poppies. You've looked the puppy poppies, as we call them.
Next Friday. So yes, we are going.
Bex is getting a puppy.
I'm getting a puppy. So excited.
That is cute.
We've got the patties of plum here. So this is that lovely, deep burgundy colour. The centre of it is super interesting, like ruffled antique silk. If you want that country cottage garden, you definitely need a poppy, don't you?
And I mean, you will, because these are already in 9 centimetre pots, they're not bare roots, you will get some flowers next year, but year 2, year 3, I mean, mine have got some poppies from YouGarden. In the 3rd year, God, there must have been 25, 30 poppies.
Yeah, and over the years you can divide them.
Yeah.
I mean, not too regularly, probably every maybe 5 to 7 years, you can divide clumps of poppies and then spread them out around your garden. You get loads of them then. And
don't be scared when they have flowered, because they tend to go, once they've flowered, they do go a bit straggly. Chop them right down, even to ground level, and they'll grow back, and sometimes you get a second flourish in late summer as well. But I love that variety, and it's really quite stunning. It's really
the colour, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's definitely.
I think you described them as like satin silky. They really are, very blousy. Right, let's remind you, we're nearly out of time. We are back live on Sunday, 9:30, 12:30. But go to the website, click YouGarden TV live now, and you'll see everything that's on the show. Your free gift is the Endless Spring Mix collection. But we've got great offers on the compost, the bark, the strulch, of course. I think we got to nearly everything. So the Sarcococca is the deal of the week. But look at that amazing selection. So many of the perennials, you get 3 for £9.99. The bulbs are buy one, get 2 free. That is a mix and match, so you can put whatever you'd like in your basket. Still a great time to plant bulbs, by the way. November's a great time. Then the standards, this is amazing. You've seen some of the images come in from people that bought some of these last year. We have got the Viburnum, we have got the Rosemary standard, we've got the holly, and we've got the Ceanothus as well. So some really unusual, I say unusual plants, they're not unusual plants in themselves, but to get them as standards, that's what makes them exceptional. And with the Abelia, we just saw that was only $7.99. The pink jasmine, of course, as well. Helleborus, Daphne. We never got to the fragrance, but you saw the perfume princess, of course. Just see the Mahonia, soft caress, and the witch hazel. That was very nice. And don't forget that incredible Rake as well. And if you want a real Christmas tree, we have got the Nordman fir, which is...
it's the best one.
It is.
It's the best drop, because you don't get loads of needle drop from that. You might get a couple, but really, you barely get any needle drop from it at all. And it's been pot grown for most of its life, and the benefit there is you've got a happier, healthier plant, basically.
And I'm just going to ask Bex, what's your favourite product?
Eryngium, Blue Hobbit.
I mean,
there's several, but I love that one. I want you to go for that one. I think it's a little bit weird, a little bit different. It's just a bit unusual, and the bright blue colour is incredible.
Well, I'm going to say I love the standards. I love
your standards. You've got high standards.
Do you think?
Love it. In a good way.
Not with my cleaning, I haven't seen the house. Anyway, I haven't. I've got quite, I'd say my standard of cleaning is average.
Mine's rubbish, but I did blitz the house yesterday. I got on it.
Choice of cleaning the house, gardening.
Gardening.
Wins every time.
Every time.
In my house, someone says, "Oh, it's too cold to garden. Why don't we clean the house?" I'm like, "No, I'll wrap up. I'll just get out in the garden.
Yeah,
you know,
I'll be fine. I'll be fine."
Wait. We've had a lovely show. Thank you to Stu, who's done all of the technical wizardry.
Done all the work. We've just had some fun, haven't we?
We've had a great time, haven't we?
Lovely.
And we're back when we're back, Bex?
We're back on Sunday, slightly earlier time, so 9:30 we start on Sunday for 3 hours. Be nice to have your company.
And don't forget, if you want the medley planters, there's only a few left. So if you want them, get them ordered before Sunday. For myself, Shaun Ryan, and lovely Bex Edwards, and Stu, we'll see you on Sunday live at 9:30. See you then.